Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Confidence. Its one-year mission to train the next generation of Starfleet, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to help all go where no one has gone before.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Nat 13 Star Trek Ascendance. I'm your Game Master, and with me this time of the week are the members of the Alpha Shift.
Yeah.
Say hello, Alpha Shift.
Hello, Alpha Shift.
Oh.
Hi-ho.
Last we saw the Alpha Shift being grabbed. Full TPK. This is a brand new party. But as Gibberti and Azrael were able to uncloak, grab you guys off of the ship, and run back to their bunker. On the way, a lot of discoveries were made, the least of which being Azrael and Gibberti left because for some time they had found interesting and dire information that seemed to denote that the Emperor was playing everyone. That the other primals don't really exist right now, as we would know from traditional 40k lore, but that the Emperor has been Ponzi scheming well and truly a huge portion of the Alpha Quadrant of the galaxy for thousands of years now. Alice Shaw, looking into yours and Aaron's DNA,
40.
finding out you guys are
40.
still human, thankfully. It is not like you are a primal like what we now know Tyler to be, but your DNA has been altered to give you better enhanced stats. Kind of that almost explanation of why am I a D&D character? Well, this is the reason. Also, finding a hidden message left by Khan for you guys. On a Synth 40, you also learned something very important that I will not say on camera still, but some stuff about mechanics of time travel, for lack of a better word. What you guys then know is arriving at the bunker to Khan, who is there, offered a proposition of Aaron and Alice to join him, but Aaron, gaining a level in Warlock, making a pact with Q, and everyone gets one free, asking Khan to be teleported to the Gamma Quadrant of the
one free?
No.
If
you make a pact.
What?
You're
Wait,
also,
we all
yeah.
what?
Got the Tintin hairdo.
It's good hairdo though. Well, and so as you guys do that, Azrael and Gibberti offer then question of just where do you want to go. There's a lot of upheaval right now. They found the bunker, which I mean you can tell Azrael and Gibberti thought this was like safe.
Yeah, but
Khan
figured it out.
Khan figured it out. Also, they're gay. But
have
of
a
course,
green child.
It's
How is he green?
How is he green?
Wait a minute,
They
but
had to create a child, splice him up, because being a clone, apparently you can't just naturally have offspring. It sounds like.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Tyler has to look into that. But of course, making contact with the Lazy Susan and deciding to head for Philosia. Simply now, where can we go that they won't expect, that maybe they can't track? We will then cut to warp speed on our way to Philosia. The Millennium Falcon, piloted by Tyler Gray, zips along through the swirling light. Alice sitting there with Floof upon your head, rolling around with his little pocket knife.
Put the pocket knife away. Put it away.
I should say, technically now being sterile and completely genderless, I should use its pocket knife. Floof no longer truly has any gender, which is for the better. Otherwise, the Millennium Falcon would have exploded from overload of Tribble long ago.
Yeah.
Aaron, Lawrence, and Nemorum, currently with guns on board Azrael and Gibberti's ship, zipping along. Within moments, warp ceases, eyes and light and sound kind of come back. Sitting before you is a beautiful globe in the middle of the universe. Swirling clouds drift across the hemispheres, the ocean's crystalline blue, almost bordering on an aqua color, wash against the different waves. There's high peaking mountain ranges up towards the north. Down into the south you'll find more jungle and swamp, but the most notable of this planet is how green it is. almost everything seems to have some form of plant, root, tree, vine etched across, where even the areas of color of mountain and ocean and desert, there still is plant life here. As you approach, all ships will be hailed immediately by the Lazy Susan about coming out of war. Azrael kind of turns, looks at Unimore, and just, are we sure it is safe to answer this communique?
Well, if it's their ship, surprising that they know how to use this stuff.
Answering. You could tell Azrael is just like, after what happened with Khan, he looks really
Yeah,
on edge.
I don't blame him. Yeah.
Ah, Lawrence!
Guys, you're alive!
Yeah, why wouldn't we be? We've just been sitting here waiting for you guys.
We've seen some stuff.
You see, Monsieur Lunt kind of pokes head in on the monitor. Yeah, did you bring us back anything?
Hot Cheetos.
We...
Oh, heck yeah! Come aboard!
Alrighty. Do we are we all heading aboard Lazy Susan then
I
later
guess so,
to
yeah.
Felosia?
It's
Can we all fit in there?
the Lazy Susan. Yeah, it is a luxury
It's a
yacht.
Oh, it is
Where
a yacht.
a lot of
Okay.
what normally is, if it had a lot of
It's a
the
party bus.
outfitted systems for like weapons and other quarters, yeah, it would be a tight pack. But like this is meant just to have people.
It's yachts.
And I will say it also keeps your ships, quote unquote, in a dry dock out in space, so that you're not having to worry about atmospheric entry and exit. As that's something now we have to kind of worry about, since the Federation is no longer paying a lot of our pockets. There's a pretty heavy fuel cost when you're exiting out of an atmosphere, as we know from our real life.
Our tax dollars pay it.
Yeah. Well, listen, I would
Too real.
much rather have ships go to space than fighting wars, but
That's
I
true.
won't get into that. The Lazy Susan approaches off from one half of the planet.
Lazy Susan?
The Lazy
Yeah,
Susan.
well, I always thought it was Lady Susan. This is
The
way
Lazy
better.
Susan.
Yeah, no, it's...
The Lady Susan.
what's
Yeah,
a
Lazy Susan approaches. What you would note is this yacht is very much modeled after what we would know to be Philosian royal money. Like, you see that there is this beautiful arch that kind of curves like a banana peel down into the dip of the nose. Twin thrusters, a little reminiscent of a Federation class ship, come out from either side. But of course the difference is the thrusters come back, and then there is a hemisphere tubing that connects them to keep them still in, while looking like dual thruster, it is a monothruster-esque ship. It's meant to just go fast. Right? As the ship comes up, immediately locks in, starts transporting people aboard. Azrael and Gabberti will be the last ones to come aboard, simply as they're locking down the ship with some of their protocol. I would ask Tyler, is there any protocol you would like to put in place in the Millennium Falcon? While very unlikely someone might just stumble upon your ship.
Spell.
If you have the alarm spell, it would translate pretty one-to-one tech-wise.
No, but I'd like to research the files I got from Orson 2 about my dad and gatekeep all the information about me while giving them the information about the Emperor and King.
Yes, important to note, there is Orson 2, Tucson's memory banks, which you guys now have access to.
We got Orson 1.
Oh, excuse me, yes, it's Onsen.
Sorry.
That is in my notes. You threw when you said Orson 2, I'm like,
Yeah, I thought it was Orson 2.
no.
It
Onsen
was
is...
one of those Orsons.
Because Onsen is
It's
the
not our
first
Orson,
model.
that's all we know.
This one's
Onsen's head is sitting there. You can turn him on. As he does so, it's that bzzz, and bottom half eyelids swivel down. Hello.
Hi.
Are you needing further help?
Yes, separate the files about my father that talk about me, Tyler Gray, and the ones that talk about...
You watch the eyes move independent of each other for half that moment as the left eye starts like scrolling down as if reading, and the right eye starts like poking individual. So it's that kind of creepy. Now
And
feel great.
Send them all to me, please.
Excellent. Would you like that in physical copy or data pack?
Physical.
Very much printer paper style starts printing off a list of information.
Pros.
Don't eat that. Don't eat that.
Yeah, Floof just like comes up, but no. As it prints off, it only takes about 5 minutes because it is printing the equivalent of like our printer, like 10 pages a second. But that is still a lot of information because you're realizing, kind of that like precursory glance, there is addresses, dates, random logs, anyone who's
We got
ever come in
receipts.
contact with your father. Every bit of physical information about Knuckle Gray, his experimentation, and yourself are all in a quick little notebook.
Just
All aboard then the Lazy Susan, you see that Father Groponius kind of swivels around in his chair.
All right, well, let's head down to the surface. I must warn you, I haven't prepared for company, and so my house may be a little messy.
It's perfectly fine.
I have a question for you. What does the inside look like? And also,
Yes.
I am dumping a giant bag of puffy Cheetos on the floor for them.
Hell yeah.
We have plates and utensils.
I'm like,
We're
no,
not
like,
animals.
I'm not dumping it on
Bags.
the floor. Like
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
just like
Big bag
setting
of
it.
Just dropping the
Just-
bags like.
Sweet! And just like throwing cheese puffs on the ground. Was
Yeah,
the
that's what
plan.
I thought you were doing. I'm like, we're not.
The inside of the yacht is really nice. What you notice is there is kind of like on your ship one of the small sim decks that are meant to replicate any type of video game, board game, tabletop that you could imagine. A lot of the walls seem to actually be different.
Why don't we all play
screens.
D&D while we're going down?
D&D.
Let's
Bro,
do
that's
it!
like,
Let's start rolling up your in-game
that's like
characters.
20,000 walls right there.
this-
Like, holy
I feel like
Oh,
that's
it's
what
a
we beat
21st
Con.
century TTRPG.
Well, my first stat is already 222, so Aaron's hanging in true like he would.
Gosh, this is getting
Wait,
too meta.
wait, wait.
Uh,
That is-
Random question.
Yes.
Before, well,
A
there.
6,
Yeah. Anyway, can I
5,
have this cool part of my character sheet that I can put pets? Can I have floof
4.
stats?
yes, you may.
Okay, please.
You have
Alright, you
Floof's stats?
I will in a moment. You just text that to me. I'll get it updated in here.
Oh well, I can tell you right
Oh,
now.
perfect.
Floof has 1 hit point, has an
Oh.
AC of 1,
Oh!
has a speed of 5 feet per round, and his stats are as follows: 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6.
6 for
He's
all.
a double.
6 for all.
Okay. And the pocket knife, is it just a dagger? Or
Currently, this
It
is
is a
a
butter knife.
improvised weapon, which is what we would
so
call.
a D4 of damage?
Actually, it deals 1d1 plus strength modifier,
So
but
one.
because it's a -3 stat, it's a 1. Important to note, one of Floof's biggest abilities, which is the replicate ability, has currently been neutralized by Alice, so you can't even put that down because Floof is sterile.
Is he he's not proficient in the knife, is he?
Currently
I'm
not.
teaching him to be,
Yes, that is one of the projects.
So he's got a -2 to his attack rolls.
That
Got
is
it.
amazing.
Um,
Oh my
the
God.
rest of the yacht that you see just has small little side tables, a lot of like chairs, couches, recline area. It very much is what we would think of like those sci-fi lounges where there's a lot of inset couch areas with small little tables. The captain's chair is already on this main deck, kind of big open area that you're all standing in. While there is a secondary location for a communication specialist, which right now Mr. Lent is kind of taking the role of in terms of someone can pilot and someone can be like figuring out stuff. So setting these down, there's a lot of tables where you can set down the cheese puffs, which you see Mr. Lent is already immediately going to.
Can I play ping pong with Floof?
Yes, you can. Here we
I feel like you're gonna win.
Can Floof hold the ping pong pad?
Yep, Floof did not roll a natural 20, so Floof barely balances the ping pong, and you win a handily
Even though I
met.
rolled a 7?
Yes, well, you see, Floof has a -3 to all of his stats, or -2 to all of his stats. And so I will let you know when Floof rolls a 5, -2, he gets a 3. He's not doing great.
Again!
Immune to any
Once again!
conditions.
One more time! Oh,
I don't think so.
what'd you roll?
So Floof got a synthetic 4 this time.
I got an 8.
Yeah, it
It's getting
feels
close.
bad to watch. Like every so often, you manage to like you, Alice, can hit the ping pong so it hits the paddle on top of Floof, but then it still just bounces right off onto the floor. What's nice though, being a sim deck, it quickly like disintegrates and restructures back onto the table, saving a lot of time. But after 2 11-0 games against Floof, Floof looks thoroughly depressed and doesn't want to play anymore.
You did this.
I'll play chess with Floof and I'll let Floof win.
Go ahead and roll intelligence at disadvantage.
At disadvantage.
Oh no!
No!
Oh no! What? I rolled a nat 1!
Good, because that barely loses to a natural 2. Or a synthetic 2 out of 4. Floof is sitting there. All of you are kind of watching as Father Groponius is starting to take you through the atmosphere, kind of descending down. And it's watching Floof. Alice, it's so hard for you to lose. It takes active effort to make sure that you
I just
check.
start moving the pawns wrong.
You have to like discover check yourself using Floof's pieces to try to get Floof to win. I will say Floof probably knows too. Like it's not like there's no way.
It's like, I'm stupid, but you're not that stupid.
Not that.
I may be dumb, but I may be stupid, but I'm not an idiot.
As you descend through the cloud layer, all of you will notice that the air around you seems to start taking a bit of a green tint. It is still completely breathable, as we know, highly rich in oxygen, and so all of you feel that as these ship systems, Father Groponius kind of turns off the life support, as this yacht isn't like Federation vessels, they can only really have so much going at a time. Crisp air, everything kind of comes into that deep focus. And as you land on Philologia, you see that you are set in front of a religious building. Trees have been shaped into gigantic pillars with foliage creating a roof very reminiscent of what we could call a bit of a late Romanesque architecture.
Ooh.
Where we see the very Corinth style, if you could call it Corinth style, pillars that have been built up, steps leading down into further part of the city. But on this big old landing pad, as you land, a couple different monks are walking out. Now, when I say walking on Philologia, of course I cannot truly mean walking, but this synchronized hop of what look to be about 10 or so peas are hopping towards you. Peas.
How big are they?
The biggest one is about twice the size of Floof. So
He's
like
the size of
2
a
foot by
basketball.
2 foot. Yeah, like basketballs.
Floof! Look! Other round people!
And it just Floof starts. It's that weird like gyroscopic rotating in your hand, so just fur gets everywhere. The peas hop forward. You see Father Groponius.
Well, come aboard. These are members of the Parisian.
Each of the peas immediately come up and start speaking rapid Philologian. Lawrence, you get this. Just Father Groponius, have you been? What have you been? Everything's ready at the temple. Everything should be fine in this sector. We've got everything going on. We've videos. As they kind of are all hopping around you, each of them are hopping up, and you realize each are taking off their robe, which is like maybe a hood, and offering it to each of you.
I will take it and I will put it on Floof.
You put it on Floof. You see another one then rolls up and offers one to you.
Okay.
You see Father Groponius.
on it.
I forgot to mention this is a holy site for us. We ask you simply cover your heads, not being of the cloth.
How big is this thing?
So this is like a yarmulke for you.
Okay.
Like for everyone else, it's like, oh, it's imagine just wearing a hoodie. Like, okay, I get. For Nemorum, Azra, and Ghiberti, basically yarmulkes on your head. But that's what all that matters is they just want. It's that like symbol of
How
respect.
big is it on Floof?
Oh, for Floof, it's like
a blanket.
a blanket, right? Floof is wrapped up.
It's like Momo with a cape.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Father Groponius.
While you're here, being a holy place, you should be able to remain out of the private eye, but of course that can't last for long, as we probably have much to discuss and figure out next steps.
He starts hopping in, entering into the temple. grand doorways that are made out of hanging vine part slowly, either by magic or that technological advancement as they are drug apart like curtains. Each one slowly intersecting and weaving itself. Inside the temple, there are cleverly disguised panes of window that are wrapped around different stem and glassware. And what you see is there's still a lot of high technology. There are different data pads and servers. You see, zooming around, there's a couple different members of the faith that are on little hovering boards, carrying what look to be scrolls, books, and data pads in and around this temple. Father Grapones takes you and just,
Yeah, I must apologize. I haven't really been back here in a while. Been taking a sabbatical, one could say. But what I would like to say is we do have a main room that we could all stay in. And as he leads you through, you realize that yes, indeed, very center of this temple is a grand trunk where a hollowed out knot seems to open into a small room that has an actual technological door that opens up upon entrance. Nemorum, Azrael, Gilberti, each of you really have to duck in
Oh, gosh.
as that like very 4 foot by 3 foot space cramps in.
Gosh.
But thankfully, it does expand
Like, I'll
into
just sleep
a
outside.
completely
Yeah,
vertical
basically.
vault interior. As you are all inside, that's not the right music.
I'm supposed to say there's seagulls.
There are a lot of small little incense corners as painted and carved Philosian saints line the walls of this room. You see a lot of different, from many different walks of life, different vegetarian source. As you enter in, you see the last of the small little peas bow, or that weird like half bend pilo to you all and bounce out of the room.
Do they make noise when they bounce?
They do. It's that. Boop, 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 boop,
Yeah,
boop.
nice.
It's like if you fill the basketball with thick gelatinous jelly,
Oh,
and so it's that like. Boop, 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 boop.
I didn't want that image, but alright.
Yes, that is the image.
Wait,
Oh my god.
Now that you're focusing attention to it, Larry actually makes a very similar sound, but you just mentally tuned it out. So now that you recognize, wait, Philosians
crap.
make sound.
It's such a like.
maxed out.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you don't think about the sound people make when they walk, breathe. When there's so many Philosians that like weird. Yeah, they're very like hydro water based creatures. Ugh. Father Grapones turns.
Destroy water. by
While
bees.
we're in this room, it is, you see, he kind of like Maychat flips a switch and you hear that buzz.
Normally meant for prayer and meditation, but it should keep most privy eyes away. Oh, so what's going on?
And this is what I will say, this is a chance for you guys, you can plan, make other goals, start looking at stuff. What I would say, Tyler, if you want to make an investigation check, start looking through the book.
To pronounce my mistake. Starfleet's under attack
Hey,
from an old source. We need somewhere to hide out, and we need to get allies to prepare for a fight, and that is why I believe I need to talk to my family again.
You see Father Graponius. Please let it be in that one. That'd be hilarious. I'm like, oh no, it's all in like Latin. Father Graponius.
well, we can't stay here forever, of course. Word is going to get out that we've returned, and if this is true, we are a Federation-based planet.
Exactly, which is why we need to act fast.
You see Michelin. And you don't assume you'll find an army here. I mean,
Not
no
an army.
offense, but these veggies, they are something to sneeze at. The most I've ever done physical workout is ping pong.
Yeah, well, any help we can get is worth it.
Well, all right, we can probably get you a transport back to your house. Would all of you be going to this house?
I don't know. You guys
I'd
ever-
like to meet your family.
Yeah. They could probably serve as a testament of my character. Yeah, I believe that. I believe they're all coming. And more.
Slide up to him.
I think it would be also a great idea to get fuel too. So.
Yeah, and tell them that we might be in need of supplies to
Yeah.
go further on. Oh yikes! No, I'm just the kid returning from college. Like, hey Dad, can I borrow some money?
Can I get some gas money? Also,
I have
I'm a
grand.
wanted criminal. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll
But no, I see the analogy.
You got the sawed-off shotgun in the corner of the room.
Tyler, was that a nat 20?
Yeah, for a total of 29.
Oh, do you need comprehend languages to read any of it?
Do you want to make it a 30 with Defiant?
Well, what
Oh,
language is it?
This is
Let us know the roll
fairly
because-
common.
Oh.
I was gonna
Let us
say,
know
if it was nat 1, it would have been, Onsen printed it all off in German. Oh.
And I'm gonna add my Define to it as well.
Tell us the roll because I still got a bardic in the
I'm
chamber.
very...
We also have 2 guidances.
It is
in
a
the bar.
37 currently.
37
You-
bardic. Roll a d6.
Can I give him some guidance?
Oh man.
It's only a 1, but it's a 38.
Plus guidance.
Guidance.
Those guidance.
Oh wait, I
Bro.
also.
You also
Oh yeah,
get-
guidance can only benefit.
Plus guidance.
No, no.
It's already
Case
nat
emergency,
20.
it's
This is
there.
kind of what's mean, is like, we already nat 20'd.
This is like how
Salt
smart
in the
you
wound.
are.
This
Okay.
is
Salt
Salt
in the
Moon.
wound.
You've just metaphorically placed my teeth on the concrete and kicked as hard as you can down. I'm gonna be
And
shitting
then-
teeth for a week with this roll.
And then salting that wound.
Yeah, and then salting that. Made a little margarita rim out of my mouth.
The 38 with guidance was a +2, so you have another 40 in your hand.
Dude! Oh my god.
40s!
So, listen. Do you guys
Bardics
just
and
want me to
Defiance.
tell you all the lore of
Hey, your
campaign?
call.
Yes.
Okay.
You can turn the cameras off if you want.
Yeah, turn off again. Turn off again. That's it. No,
Somebody
no
call
one
that
can know.
light.
No one can know. All right, I'll turn them back on. The bit's over. So, you did gain a lot already. What's wild is this is Onsen's memory files on basically everything you would need, and you nat 20'd it for a total of 40. Feels gross. But I will say, this is going to take some time. What you can do is, all of you together can spend a good couple hours pouring through these notes. Like, read through, again, guidance and all these parts. It's, people are like, there's hundreds upon hundreds, close to thousands of pages. It's like, can you take this section of life? I'll take these. And everyone is just slowly marking through, reading, highlighting. We will get some music pulled up here. Tyler. Nakul Gray was born in the late 70s on Earth. When he was growing up, he lived most of his child to teen years in the 80s. Eventually, of course, found his way into the 2000s, 2010s, being older than you are now. Hired on by the Royal Indian Institute of Genetics. Ridge was good to him. Immediately, a lot of reports are coming out that all of you are finding not just Nobel Prizes, but prizes in institutes in philosophy, philanthropy, medicine, art. Like, he was becoming a big name in the world. A lot of nominations, a lot of wins, let alone Nobel Prizes for his work in genetics. The first thing you will find, Aaron, is in helping look through these pages, is there's a page you are finding here that you have found what is labeled Project Tyrant.
That bodes well.
Project Tyrant, it very much jumps off the page. Realize this came from the higher ups, not just at Ridge with the Royal Indian Institute of Genetics. This came from world organizations, what you would know as the early United Nations and the like. The orders were to start creating world leaders that could last forever. Programmed how they need to, move the world how they need. On A40, what you realize, this is very thinly veiled eugenics in a way of, we can make the perfect people so that the common person grows how we want them to. As it would cause rioting and anger in the streets if world leaders came to people and say, this is how we want you to marry, how we want you to have children or not have children, and how to live your lives. But if you were to have the ultimate leader someone to look up to, people would follow along without a second thought.
Ugh.
They love giving their lives over to leadership, which was the goal of the United Nations at the time.
That's not right music.
The project was met with great fervor because what you realize is not the entirety of the project was not revealed to these scientists. They were told that this was the apex of their projects. Let's make the perfect person, a model for how we could help in stem cell research and other medicinal value. If we can make someone, we don't need them to be a real person, but if we can make one perfect body, that perfect body is a template for helping normal people.
Yeah.
Nako Gray headed up most then of this information. You realize he was a strong component due to his mind and skills in the creation and genetic coding that normally a lot of people just didn't get. Cloning is something easy, shall we say, for a mind like his, but he was the one that started showing how to actually fine-tune pick. Whereas his mind and his skills would have been, even in your age in the 23rd century, miles and years above most else. For that time, it was god-level intelligence to be able to create how he did. Looking through this, Lawrence, the page you stumble upon then, is what became dubbed as Project Lion. The Lion was the first. What you found, kind of like what we know, the Lion was introduced into the laboratory, was taught and educated by some of the brightest minds, all under the darkness and cloak of secrecy. But once the Lion, as his name was called, discovered religion, the idea of faith and servitude, he began exhibiting extreme bouts of zealous fervor, where the Lion would indoctrinate and empower others to believe in him. This, of course, caused the subject to be scrapped, shall we say, but what you find is he was not scrapped. Rather, his body was frozen indefinitely and shot out into space. What you find is that the body's course trajectory was to take him, basically go around Alpha Centauri and come back, and eventually come back into a time thousands of years in the future for us, where he would either be highly underprepared for the world or possibly normal, if that makes sense. To the equivalent of shoot him off, we don't need to worry about him. Finding this then, you realize something very interesting. The markers in Onsen show not only what is recorded, but what has been input of data. There is data tracking the Lion's trajectory and data of something else making a path to him, catching him in his path, where they shot him off at what we would consider that maybe speed of sound level, but something with the ability to go at warp 9, which we know is, exponentially greater than the speed of light, caught him. But that information is not proved yet, even on a 40. We'll get to that. Nemorum Azrael Gibirti, what you then find kind of picking up this, the coding and language is thus that whatever found the Lion was finding him for a specific purpose. Most mission logs seem to have clearly defined making this journey, doing this under some secrecy. And that once found, Lion was sent somewhere. What you would know based on your information is, once found, the Lion was probably taken out of our timeline. Alice,
yeah,
you then picking up as these are, it's that finding out more about these first projects, you come into then the next portion. The papers here start documenting Nakul's further experimentations. Near 30 or so were proposed, but only 12 were ever officially conceptualized, worked on, products approved by Ridge and the higher-ups, and then enacted. Out of these 12, the least of which was Khan, given the name Khan Noonien Singh, as to appear Indian in descent for the time period. Not quite unlike Nakul was. Again, a lot of the scientists working in India at this time in his creation modeled him after what we would know to be an Indian citizen of the 21st century. Khan was never the biggest, shall we say, of the names. There were, out of these 12 figures, some that were sent to the United States of America, to the USSR, as it had just formally been undeclared and became the Soviet Union, Russia, as we know. There was one actually sent to England. All of these were the big name targets that the United Nations and Ridge wanted in place, helped set up fake backgrounds, preparing them to become world leaders. What they didn't account for was Khan's
Ambition.
bloodthirsty ambition. When Khan was loosed on the world, he immediately began creating sub-programs, sub-routines, secret police that only he had access to, where the United Nations got him in charge of the southern area of the world, that Southeast Asian region. He rode their coattails there, all the while prepping his own armies, his own technology, his own weapons. Nakul Gray was one of the first to realize what was happening before it was too late. At this point, he and the other scientists were made aware completely of the program's intention, and he wanted out. But not just out, he immediately started looking into how to stop all of these dictators. The least of which, of course, Khan, because Khan being the most ambitious, he realized the destruction and saw the writing on the wall. Nakul spent much time then in helping bring down these dictators. But what specifically happened that, Tyler, you find, the entire world was on the brink of thermonuclear annihilation. How they won is through a combined effort of the United Nations, a grand Ponzi scheme, or shall I say, a huge con, was developed.
A huge con.
CON. Letting the dictators believe they had access to nuclear coding and bomb shelters. Khan and his brothers and sisters crafted their way to nuclear war, prepping a way to destroy all humanity to lead way to their superior genetic race to lead. The United Nations, finally working, shall we say, in accordance with each other, were able to completely dismantle and hollow out every single nuclear device that these dictators would have access to and safely dispose of the nuclear energies, leaving shell torpedoes. They would fire, they would hit, but only cause damage as far as the impact of high-speed metal could. Each of the bunkers that the world leaders had then designed for these dictators were then created to be cages. Each of them, once nuclear war broke out, the dictator would rationally head to their bunker to wait out the proposed 6 to 8 months before radiation levels were acceptable. When entering the bunkers, though, were outlined and outfitted with high levels of nerve agents to completely immobilize and then further freeze the occupants. What history books do not tell you that you find here, Tyler, there were close to 3 million lives lost in this entire process. The majority, 80%, coming from the nuclear weapons firing. Even though they were not nuclear weapons and did not eradicate the human race, there were hundreds launched that caused catastrophic death toll. The bunkers did not just hold the dictators. There were the services and aides and different logistics crew and members that went along with each of these leaders that, due to their mortal bodies, did not survive the nerve agent and freezing process. The UN was horrified and realized that they needed a scapegoat. Nakul fought to be the scapegoat, but they did not want this. What all of you will find is there's a lot of transcription that Nakul was still put aside in case they ever needed him again. You can't scapegoat someone that you need. Instead, the concocted story was that rogue scientists and further genetic superhumans had created themselves, infiltrated, and made the United Nations look like the heroes of this story. That the world governments united to protect against a common enemy, that even though lives were lost, they were the good guys. When in reality, they were just covering their tracks. Everything you're finding in here is terrible. But on a nat 20 into the 40, that was part 1 of the big information.
Shut up.
We're getting
Hey,
cards
said
again.
40, you know.
Here comes part 2.
You get a bard in there.
What we will call future knowledge. Nakul, as we know, was sent to the Americas, given different name and identity for the most part, and lived out the rest of his life. Further in the future, the Federation of Planets was formed. At which time, the Federation of Planets, in accordance with many other planets, revealed this information to the galaxy as a whole. Earth's history was put on display as an act of trust, as most planets are. You can't work together if you're hiding secrets, but the Federation of Planets did vote after the information was revealed to keep it locked. They felt like such horrifying eugenics and genetics were more of a red flag and marker warning, and that if such information was widely known throughout the galaxy, Earth would become a target for the creation of these superhumans. What you would then realize, most other planets didn't have this problem. For better or for worse, we as human beings had a terrifying ability to want to create evil, even though we don't realize it. That most other planets were, yes, bad people occurred. I mean, there were Cleon warlords, like you all know with Robert the Terrible, but to genetically create our own destruction is something that the Federation did not like. We will pick up with part 2 almost 80 years previous to the start of our campaign. One Khan Noonien Singh was found in space by the USS Enterprise. What you are finding is not a journal, but as close to a technical file as possible. Khan, you can tell, does not keep written documentation. His plans are all in his head. But through piecing through heavy data, all of you are going to find the path. When Khan was found, further discovered by the Federation and truth of identity discovered, stranded on SETI Alpha 5, rediscovered many years later after the planet became inhospitable, the death of much of his crew and fellow dictators. Khan had already established himself as king, or shall we say, leader. when the Enterprise had battle with Khan during the Genesis Project explosion, Khan died, but through logs was reborn on the Genesis planet, just like Commander Spock. Khan grew faster than Commander Spock did, though, due to his DNA. Where when Commander Spock would have been, by Earth years, a mere adolescent teenager, Khan had already regrown, thanks to the genetics and Genesis Project, to a fully adult human. There was a singular Starfleet vessel sent by Sector 31 to check in on the Genesis planet. Khan monitored their comings and goings for many months, and what seems to be close to about a month before Spock's transmission to the rest of the crew of the Enterprise, Khan found and murdered the Sector 31 officer assigned to the planet. The ship then immediately made a quick stop all the way to Rigel 7, wherein it came back to Sector 31. The officer that Khan killed seemed to be his first secret identity, as these logs kept by Wunsen denote that this officer came back, but within a few months was deemed was deemed unfit for service in Sector 31, decommissioned from Starfleet, and this officer died from, quote, radiation poisoning a month later. "45 years ago, one Cade Hank Amadeus Noble enlisted in Starfleet with one Richard Shaw. You know Uncle Hank's record. Most of you do. Decorated hero, served on many different ships. Truly an inspiration to what a Starfleet officer should be. All of you can now see, though, he was the perfect officer. On the Nat 20 Synthetic 40, you will find there is a portion of his life that Admiral Noble was not around for Starfleet. Having decided to take a personal desk commission at a far-off starbase known as Starbase, well, I won't give you the number, I'll just give you the name. Starbase Yorktown was his desk job for many years. That, through Wunsen's programming, he was not very active most of the time at this starbase. Wunsen's records will also help show during this time was when a specific mission was approved to catch the Lion. And there's multiple records, whereas unfortunately not showing exactly where Admiral Noble could have gone, but directly proportionate was the flight paths and secret paths towards the trio sister planets, what we would know as Nidhogg, Ratatoskir, and Venfonir. These three planets being Nidhogg, the planet you guys had at first contact with, Ratatoskir, the new planet now being housed, the Aeocid, the insect people, and Venfonir, the planet the Aeocid came from, now a ravaged hollow planet. Everything being brought here, all of you are seeing the log of Khan's life. Up until the point where he was stationed at Starbase Yorktown, everything seems fluid, but it's at this point you can tell this is probably where he started experimenting with time travel. Wunson's logs are not perfect, especially as you can tell, Wunson was not time traveling. In fact, it seems that the only being, either sentient or mechanical, that ever time traveled was Khan. Up until, of course, a few weeks ago. This does not then give you a good measurement for how long Khan has been working. But, again, as we know, Veltfonir was completely hollowed out. And from certain records that have thankfully been rumor milled, passed around, a singular ounce was enough to send a person back 8 hours? No, 16 hours. When 6.2 quadrillion ounces of tritanium have been mined out, anything is possible. Tyler, in reading through all this, you can immediately also realize Noble is the one that sealed up much of your father's records. Let alone the Federation at the time wanting to keep general note. Noble is the reason we have so much blackout data on what's been happening.
What about our dad? What does it say about our dad? Just that he enlisted with him?
Rick Shaw was one of the best of Starfleet. In fact, it looked like Noble was your father's first officer when he first became captain. Again, Noble looked like a standard story, but it looks very perfect. Noble did not immediately become captain. Out of their graduating class, he worked his way up, spent a lot of time, many years, just working on different ships. But when Rick Shaw, after his amazing diplomacy and valor in saving the lives of multiple crew, was granted captainship, Hank Noble was the first person on the list to become his first officer. From what you can tell, you don't think your father ever knew who he was working with. Hours have gone by with this information. All of you sitting, papers are everywhere, marked, pins are in little statues. You see Father Grapponius kind of sits, does that, stretch himself.
Hey, you've got one messed up past there, kid, but, hell, for what it's worth, it looks like you're a good one.
Thank you, Mr. Vegetable.
Did you just call him Mr. Vegetable?
Yes.
Bro, you could just call him Pa, you know?
You see Azrael kind of turn.
I do believe that this is where the Emperor came from.
As do I. The issue with this is making it more believable. The Imperium has been indoctrinated for thousands of years. Simply telling the Space Marine legions that the Chief Father is dead will not be enough.
And show them. Just telling them that he's dead isn't enough. Maybe they need to see how they've been indoctrinated. To see the lies, to see the twists.
I mean, how many of them already know and they're just too afraid to speak up?
You see
Now
Ghiberti.
many of the Imperial fists are known. The Archangels hold many secrets, so they should.
If we were to put a number, 2%, that would even admit they have doubt. Less than that, any that would act on it. If you're talking proving it to them, hell, the only person that's been able to mind link to that many people is the Emperor.
Yeah.
That's the only way we could
Maybe.
really prove.
Sorry. Well, weird little thought. Only someone as powerful as the Emperor could mind link to that many people.
Hey, how easy is it to
Are you
mind
talking
link?
about Little P over here?
I know. Who knows?
Is it easier for me to mind link with him than it is?
Wait, I'm sorry,
anyone
August.
else out of
Did we agree that
curiosity?
they were all going to?
I don't know.
coexist
Have we spent the
or
whole
less than-
campaign making that canon?
I'm sorry, did you mean to refer to me as Mr. Supreme Lord?
Oh, hell yeah. My bad, Mr. Supreme Lord. I got you.
MSP.
Wait, August, are you telling me that he has an easier way to mind link with him than, like, obviously my brother and I are already connected because we were...
More like in the sense of Tyler's mind is very open. Again, perfect clone, replica DNA, everything seems there, but not the super genetics.
Okay.
That is the downside. Is well, it would have been much more clear when Tyler can like run 3 times as fast as a normal person and jump twice as high.
Unless he's just been keeping it secret from us.
Honestly,
Tyler would jump.
This whole time,
Jump, Tyler, jump!
honestly, I
you
can't
jump.
be mad about
Yeah,
that.
it's
'cause
like
I've been
a
keeping
it's a
lot of
solid like
secrets.
18-inch vertical. It's really nice, but like
That's
yeah, anyone can
as far
train
as
that.
I can go, guys.
Okay.
That's like after a couple years working in Starfleet, like, okay, 18 vertical, it's not bad. Like, Khan's records, what you can see, Khan had a vertical of almost 8 feet. If he really tried. Oh, and I should say, that is a standing vertical. That is not a running vertical.
That's tough.
I think I can awaken something in you.
What?
I think...
You see, Gaberti,
What?
we can leave.
Yeah.
That's a...
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
is a
this is
temple.
a
You
church.
should, like,
Aaron
not...
just
Alice.
walks out.
Yeah, Aaron
Please.
just leaves. Yeah.
This is a
I mean,
church.
I could probably
But
alter his
holy-
DNA to give him
No,
superhuman
this
abilities!
You're
This
just
is
getting
probably the
collected.
best moment.
Because when you said that, I looked over at Aaron. He was like,
I could awaken someone.
I was like, this is a
Aaron
temple
left.
to my deity.
Aaron,
He's
come
gonna
back!
go on a walk. He's changed out of his Starfleet uniform on this journey, and he's like put on his, he's dressing like Indiana Jones, I guess. He's got a leather jacket.
The jacket,
You need
t-shirt.
a what?
He's dressed like Trevor.
Shut up! No!
I love it. I love it. Oh, I love it.
Man, Easter egg.
You head out. Mr. Lunch is that could be rather dangerous. I mean, genetics is.
I've done it
Woo!
before.
You see
Sorry.
Azra.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, but having also tried, clones are difficult to change and clone.
Also, it could make you a target at this point. as we
Me
do
or
not-
him?
all of
Both.
us.
Do we not already have targets on our backs?
We would be found faster,
True.
and we do not want to be found.
See, Gilberti kind of does that clang clang. Remember, there's a reason we keep our minds shut. In fact, he kind of looks at you more. I didn't want to bring it up on the ride, but we might want to look into maybe keeping your mind off the radar.
I could probably shut it off.
No, Tyler's
Floof just gun like.
Let's get him! You're
No,
revolving!
but you see, in that regard, all of you kind of stop. Yeah, it's. Let alone if Tyler's mind somehow becomes just as enlightened, that's a lot of danger. But I will say, this all can come because you know Lawrence's house has money and stuff to do this at. Let alone it's going there maybe asking for like fuel and stuff.
gas money.
There's money to be found maybe there too.
We're rich. Shut up. I know.
But no, legitimately, I do think I could actually block your link to him, Namorum. All I have to do is shut off whatever link he's created in your mind. I've done it with my brother before. Don't tell him I said that.
I will tell him.
You should get ready. It will be the metal plate. Gotta lie, this gives me a headache sometimes when we go to warp.
I mean, you already wear
Just
a lot
the
of metal.
plate
What's
gets
more?
left behind.
It's more that the like vibration
Yeah.
going in. You're like headache. You're like yeah. Imagine
Especially
anytime
arcane
you're in
people.
like a moving vehicle, there's some internal brain that just.
Or
goes,
like whenever you lean your head against the window on the bus.
Let me tell you, magnets are the worst. Okay, I got
Oh, really?
stuck on my shit. Just a little smiley face magnet stuck.
No, let's just keep that there for the rest of the game.
But you
I
see,
can't get it. I'm sorry.
Good
You're stuck
place.
with it.
If we want to head to Cucumber on House, we could probably bum a few stuff from them.
don't
That's
intend to
good.
bum. I intend to make amends. Let's go.
Yes. Aaron.
I would like to go on a walk.
Yeah.
And whatever
Nothing
you
good has happened
do,
on
I
walks.
will encounter.
Nothing good happens when you go on walks,
I
man.
also have a request.
Yeah.
I would like to actually go on a date with Tyler before we die.
Before we die.
Likewise, I've got a
Sure.
roleplay
Aaron-
thing that I want to do. I want to find that
Well-
old engagement ring and see if I can tell Tina that I've officially changed.
That might have to come at your house, though. I would say.
Exactly.
She might be there.
Well, technically she divorced me and said, "Hey, you
They-
need to find yourself first," but I need to
Yeah.
do that.
You were engaged,
Wife?
but you were divorced.
We were engaged with it. She's like, "Hey,
She broke
Nah.
up.
Phylogeny is not okay. Listen, it's like engagement
too
is
real.
basically marriage for a phylogeny. Like you don't even ask unless it's like happening, and so it's a bit.
Well, I'm just wondering
Uh,
because this just recently actually happened to a friend of mine.
I
So,
heard-
Oh, we
Yeah.
did. I know.
Yeah.
yeah.
I was made aware of this too.
Yeah.
What?
Moving on.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Are you
But,
okay?
August,
Oh, yeah.
I do
Someone
want to
else.
see, like, if we can all, because, like, you know, we just figured out that the number of Primarchs is not true. We want to see, like, the ones that were true. And if
We
we
got
can't
one.
find their bodies, you know, well, I'm talking, like, not Imcon and Primarch, we're talking about the big boy Primarchs. Sorry, bud. But just to
Sorry,
see,
little
like,
pig.
like,
No,
body
mistake.
confirmed.
Mhm.
Because it's just like I think we got to prove a body. Civil War starting.
Prove a body.
Yeah.
Let's say, go ahead and make me a quick
Find the body, transfer
a history
soul in.
check.
History
So we'll
check.
call because it's what do you know based
Oh,
on the
no.
Primarchs? What
I just
could you like
realized there's no
infer?
possible backup to this game. I just pull up my medic stat block from Jesus. It's like, let's transfer some souls.
Because like you know, I like
You cannot
personally
sit
because
there
it's just
after,
like being part of the
sorry, I
10,000.
don't owe
I would
these
have
souls.
met
There's another guy's body. You can
technically,
have
so
mine.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Yeah. I played a character who literally gambled the devil with souls. I sold like 50 million bug souls at once in exchange for 5 free true resurrection spells.
let me grab.
Greatest deal. in
There's the
history,
Legion
free
name. Date
deals.
rediscovery. Here we go. So we've
I
got-
So history, yeah.
He said hi.
Yes.
All right, so that is a 17.
17.
Compared to the 40, it's not that great.
Yeah, only a 17. That's
August, the
nothing.
dice has escaped Ian. It's at
I
your
would.
foot.
Yeah, it's fine.
I see it.
But here's the funny thing, my man. You said 17. Would you like guidance?
Yes, I would love a guidance. What do I need to
Would
roll?
you like another one?
4.
You can't guidance at the
Dang
exact
it.
same time.
See, I just added D4.
Because they both are the exact same name. It's the
That's
same reason you
right.
can't bardic a bardic
Yeah,
for
you
someone.
can't
It's
aid on aid.
yeah.
Yeah.
Technically that's one of the.
Yeah,
But like
you also
that's why
technically
it's
can't
a.
stack Longstrider.
Mhm.
Okay.
But we
so
do
that would
anyways.
make it
Yeah,
a
that one I'm like I
19
guess yeah. So 19.
Ah, so close to that 20.
Thinking through,
Yeah.
there's a couple Primarchs that you know of.
Okay.
One of the big ones. Let me pull up where it goes.
Because I think, well, I mean, that's just me, just because I enjoy the guy so much. But I'll let you continue.
I had it all. You know, Rogaldorn of the Imperial Fist
My favorite.
is one that you feel like you've seen in your life.
Yeah. Well.
Maybe a couple centuries back, it's that you saw him. It was some big official thing going on of like, oh, these are. It's like both War Council and Greeting, where you saw him at this before this big old battle broke out.
Because he was known as the Praetorian of Terra, so.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He had some big guns with him, literally of like
Yeah.
carrying around his weight. What you would also know is since then, you think you've seen Mortarion
Oh, Mortarion.
of
okay.
the Death Guard, but that was in battle, where you think you remember seeing where it's he jumped up. That one was only about century and a half
Oh, wow.
ago.
How old are you?
Old.
I'm over 10,000 years old.
He's a Custodes.
Yeah.
And Primarchs here live longer, so yeah.
What you're realizing is, out of those like two, in that like my recorded memory of like that, anything from a century ago seems blank, which unfortunately still is a lot of time.
Yeah.
But century worth still can be feasibly found. What you would know though is, in terms of proof, how would you kill a Primarch and not let it get out? Right?
Well, if we're
Oh, no.
going literally like
I'm not
40k
as
lore,
famous
like
as
with
I'm next to
Horus,
Sydney.
like his body was literally his body and soul was literally obliterated by the Emperor himself.
Mhm.
So you can do that, either making them die as war heroes or something like that. You can do a lot of stuff with
The
that.
war hero, I will give you then, based on you kind of hit on it, it would take a power like unto the Emperor.
Because the whole saying is only a Primarch can kill a Primarch. But
Exactly.
since the Emperor is kind of higher than a Primarch, so yeah.
So what could that mean? Is what, and Azrael and Ghiberti would kind of like agree upon your hypothesis here of like it would have to be a war thing, but that would require more information from inside the Imperium space, because you would need records that they would keep then of that kind of battle.
Because, jeez. I mean, once again, but I'm also thinking this is pre-heresy, so it'd be slightly different.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the best, it's gonna be interesting, like, getting in contact with any of the Imperial Fists or the Death Guard, because that could, one, blow our cover, two, trying to get the right ones in. So yeah, because like so far, I don't personally. This is also player me talking. Know anyone from the Death Guard, other than knowing that they are basically a wave of intensity. So yeah, and the Imperial Fist, we just know of Raphael.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Raphael.
yeah,
The turtle?
Not the turtle.
Turtle?
yeah.
How would you know about that turtle?
We watch a lot of old shows.
Okay.
What I will say then is heading on then. Of course, we want to get to House Cucumber on.
Yeah.
But Aaron, walking through Phylogea, you don't get too many odd looks. Again, being a Federation planet, human beings are allowed to come here. But passing through the day, what you would know as, we're still a couple Earth hours away from like a sunset, which actually is really nice. Phylogea having
That's what we're doing.
no official moons, but ever since the Federation came in, they gave them like structure to make more like lunar light and tide help. It was kind of like a gift of like, we can't shuttle in a moon for you guys for free, but we can give you some
we
like.
just gave him a moon. Like
That's
have-
no moon!
We literally went here. You can have one of Jupiter's. He has.
Well,
too
yeah,
many.
right. But it's the idea of like, hey, we can give you all the tech to like synthesize and recreate it, because like it's kind of a fun thing to help at night. Most of your walk seems a little uneventful,
Except for those dice.
except for the last little portion.
Oh.
By about the time you think you should probably be heading back, you start walking through, and what I will ask is, what is Aaron's mental state currently?
That's a good question.
Well, outside, like normal, he looks calm. He's very focused. But his mind sounds like he's having 8 conversations with himself.
Mhm.
Just
Dang it! Do I hear those 8
mulling over-
conversations?
No, you don't.
You blocked me off.
Mm-hmm.
You blocked me out.
And the biggest thing is he's sort of just stretching, I guess, as he's thinking about, the pact with Q and the fact that how much he's changed since graduation day. Since that day, he's been slowly become a very, very different person. And that's sort of what he's thinking about, how he kind of likes the change.
Sitting down as you're walking through the city on like a public bench, you see what maybe is like an asparagus-esque person, bit of stockiness to them. As you get closer,
An asparagus for life.
kind of bows at you, and I would like for you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
I love this song. I love this band.
Well, that's an 8.
Shoot, Aaron.
You watch, the asparagus looks up, and before you realize what's happening, it has kind of bounced up, right up to you, and you feel a gun pressed right underneath your sternum.
I'm a dinner first.
What you got there, pretty boy?
What do I gotta wear?
Everyone. You got money? You got cash?
I would like to roll a momentary sleight of hand, if
Go
you
for
will
it.
allow
Yeah.
me. 14.
14. Doesn't beat the full DC, so I'll see if it's opposed. What would you like to do with this sleight of hand?
Basically, just take one of my frag grenades out and hold it behind his head, next to his ear.
You hear the gun kind of power up. Listen. It's not a good way to go, buddy.
I'm pretty sure I can take a hit from a grenade. You, not so sure.
Yeah, but how fast can you get that grenade going before I pull the trigger? You go to pull it. Tiny little confetti comes out as the asparagus. Huh. Morphs into Q. Not bad.
Good morning
But
to you
I
too.
hate it. Why did you kill yourself?
Oh, because I can relatively take a blow to the face from a grenade.
Yeah, but can they? And you see you gesture. You realize you're actually very close back to the temple where you guys are starting to like come out, get ready to the ship. You know why I liked Jean-Luc was really cool. He would not take grenade because he knew a very simple fact. He could take it, but not everyone can. Because when a grenade goes off, it kills indiscriminately. And he kind of like stops, places not a full hand on the shoulder, but that like half of like almost a knighting, but you got a ways to go before you're his level. Kind of twists the hand, puts it underneath your chin.
Ooh.
I think you're getting there.
Spicy.
I'm actually more like the little
As you
rifle
blink,
thing that's like-
that natural, he's gone. And all of you see, like, Aaron has just finished walking back up to the temple. None of you see Q was even there.
Why are you blocking me out? Being a butthead.
Need to know basis.
I wanted to ask you a question, you butthead.
You can ask me real quick as she's talking. I'm gonna just check. Did I end up using a grenade or?
You did not.
Okay, cool.
Or maybe you did, but maybe you put it back. You know?
Just stuff the confetti back into it.
Father Groponius will be able to charter
Why are you
using a
cutting
bit of the church funds to get you
confetti.
guys a ride to the House Cucumber on.
Birthday party.
Where?
Outfit wise,
You didn't invite me to the birthday party?
I'm wearing my Starfleet uniform with my pirate jacket over it, so in case of emergency, I can throw in the flaps over the buttons so nobody notices.
Smart, right?
while
Yeah.
still showing that, hey, I've found somewhere where I want to stay. So my family knows I've changed.
You move through the city then. Speeder picks up very much modeled what you would think after that Phylosian, very bulbous and round, but like has a couple like intersecting almost train level cars that go down in about 4 segments. Zipping through the city, you realize that other vehicles move and hover, everything being that nature and tech integration, until about 15 minutes pass. Grand buildings are approaching on the horizon. you notice that House Cucumberon is vast, very emerald city of grand arches that make many different loops on the way down, curvature of tubing that circles in throughout what we could call a large town on its own, but from what you understand is just a singular palace almost.
Got it.
Once you approach, the speeder kind of stops, gets ready as other passengers who are aboard are now inputting their destinations, trying to get next in queue. Approaching your speeder is a troop of what seems to be cucumbers. Flanked on either side are large cucumbers in what seem to be more armor with simple rifles. But standing in the middle is an older male and female cucumber. And behind them are 3 smaller cucumbers that look very eerily identical to Lawrence.
Hey, guys.
Ah, Lawrence.
Should we take the hats
Finally
off
home.
our way?
Oh yes, they would have taken the hats from you leading the church of like, hey, we need these back. Wonderful to see you, my boy.
Same here, Dad. Means a lot.
Comes in for that hug. It just looks like 2 cucumbers going. Doop. I am Lord Aeneas Cucumberon. First of my name, first of my house. And who may you be?
These are my fellow shipmates from Starfleet.
Ah!
I've
You see.
I found my calling.
Go ahead. Anyone who wants to can make me an insight check.
Yes, please.
If I roll terribly, can I take my passive insight of 18?
Unfortunately, no. This is an active check at this point.
You said insight, right?
Insight.
Natural 1.
Ooh, Aaron, you're a little frazzled off of what just happened.
Yeah,
I got a
I've mulled
15.
over new
15.
life lessons.
26, 27.
That's a 19.
I got a 19.
27!
Wow.
And you wanted your passive?
I rolled an 18.
Question.
Gross.
Do not do that again.
Gross.
Gross.
Just said.
Ready.
Gross. Gross. Alice,
Yeah.
Aeneas Cucumberon and what you can tell is his wife Lynette, kind of what you guys would maybe know passively of like, you know, parents' name, look rather interested to see Lawrence here.
Okay.
On a 27, the cucumber guards have now finished ranking to form a semicircle behind you guys. They are not facing you, but they are still around you, but facing outward, like where the speeder is now starting to head off.
So, like, they're protecting all of us.
Bit of a protection.
Oh, so it is a protection, not like.
Yes, that's right. If they were facing you, it would be a much different
Like,
vibe.
whoa!
What
But-
weapons do they have, by the way?
They look to be not as good as like the phaser rifles that Starfleet issues, but to the extent of energy damage, probably.
They can
mid-range.
definitely knock someone out.
So
Definitely-
it's not like just like an M4 or something.
No, yeah,
Okay.
these are
They just have
Federation
an
based.
AK.
They got
I
an
mean,
assault
I was
rifle.
about to do
Shotgun.
that, but-
Take off the safety. Yeah. But on a 27, the cucumbers seem very highly zoned in on Lawrence. Aeneas kind of stops. Yes, well, come in. Let us provide you with what do the carbon-based life forms eat? Do you eat
Actually, yeah, I've been meaning to ask. But
meat?
Um,
Is that
Yes, vegetables,
Jeez, okay.
but not sentient ones.
ah good? That would be a matter of interest.
Yeah.
Some have called me living garbage disposal, so
Interesting.
I do.
We have much garbage for you to eat then.
it's more of a figure of speech.
He does
Is
not
it?
eat real garbage.
Any
I do not
food.
complain of whatever is offered.
That's
Well,
But-
we do hold much in way of food. Kind of like looks at, of course, these 3 custodes here.
I want to make a perception check.
Go for it.
I rolled a 19.
He looks rather nervous.
Okay, so it's nervous, not just like, dismissive, because it's like, okay, this is your son, and you're just like,
He seems
yeah,
nervous
real
for some
little.
reason.
Okay.
Well, come in. We have things to eat.
He kind of starts to
very aggressively slide up to Tyler and hold his hand.
Are there any other vehicles
Oh,
around?
did they ever have the date?
there are no other vehicles.
we
What you
haven't.
can tell is
Don't worry, we
Uh,
have some lovely gardens in our house.
We're
the
doing a
Lazy
sunset
Susan
date.
is still currently parked back at the church, just to like keep the appearance of, because technically it's the church's vessel.
We have some family gardens.
we haven't been
they're
followed by
quite
anyone,
lovely
right?
outside. They might be
You
involved.
would know, like, yeah, there's a lot of open, empty airspace. It'd be very obvious perception if something were visible to see it coming.
Okay, cool.
As bouncing inside, the guards lead you in. Grand staircases seem to wrap every which way, and again, these tubes that work very pneumatically, where some guards are hopping in and like pneumatically just being shot out to different parts of the castle, are all around you. Aeneas turns, just,
Yes, let me introduce my house. You can see there is my wife, Lynette Cucumberon.
you see this feminine vegetable just kind of like bows.
How do you discern that she's feminine?
Yeah.
She's wearing a full wig.
Okay.
And you know it's a wig. Phylogenians cannot grow facial hair. But
Yeah, I've been wearing.
they, when the
cosmic
Federation
cubes this
and the
entire time for the fun
Phylogenians
of it.
first found each other, shall we say, they became fascinated with human facial hair, and it's a part of their fashion choices now. Kind of like what we would call.
So she doesn't have boobs.
No, not at all. It's just
She's not a curvy cucumber.
We're
it's
not
a vegetable
mammals.
with hair.
Wait, then how the frick do you have more of you?
We're vegetables.
They grow on vines.
Yeah.
We're vegetables.
Wait, so like when you want a kid, you just like plant a.
Yeah.
Where do you get the seeds?
From
The mom provides the seed, the dad provides the pollen, and they make a kid.
you plant the seed, and then every day the dad has to go out and pollinate
You can
it.
you just
Pollinate,
just
provide
explain to
water.
him you're the one who went by mind and saw stuff.
Yeah,
from
I
before
saw birth of cucumbers.
It's,
Yeah.
it's just like
It's
what
not
we
as
consider
extreme as you think,
gardening.
don't
It's
worry.
like
It's-
there's a local nursery. It's actually a bit of a. The fathers are usually the one provided of they're the caregivers of you're in charge of growing your family as much as you want. Yeah,
So you're telling
That's
your father
so
spat on you every day
and it's not as weird as what humans do, but we're gonna
Yeah.
move past.
You are not wrong about that,
I-
actually.
Lawrence, you see that his mother bows. I, of
that
course,
sucks.
would be amiss. Lawrence's three other brothers. We have Stefano. You see one bows down.
How old are
Roberto.
How old are they?
You notice technically Lawrence is not the oldest, but Stefano and Roberto outrank, but the last is younger. Stefano looks like Lawrence, just much older. Roberto actually has a bit of a mustache going on, but again, must be fake. And Martuccio is the last of them. Martuccio just seems like a little bit younger, shorter Lawrence.
How old are you, Martuccio? How old are you, bud?
He kind of side glances at his father, and he's, currently I am entering my 18th cycle here.
You're 18.
Oh man, I missed a
How long
Yes.
has it
birthday.
been since you've been grown?
I missed a
Oh.
birthday. Oh, my gosh, I'm so sorry,
It's
guys.
fine, Lord. He does not hug Lawrence. You see, he kind of just stops and looks, but you see, Aeneas kind of picks up the age difference between Phylogenian and from humans are a bit different. Martuccio, of course, was born when Lawrence was still at home. That would have been, by your reckonings, 6 Earth cycles, but by our standards, 18.
Okay. Cool. Just curious.
Each of them stop. You see, yes, and of course, zoom, 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 coming down pneumatic pipes. You see not cucumbers, but rather some other kind of leek vegetable people coming in. I should, of course, introduce our youngest son is currently engaged. This is his fiancée. You see Hybrida Rastala,
No.
accompanied by 2 Scallion guards, approach. She locks eyes with you as Stefano kind of boom, 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 hops over.
You see, the House of Rostala, Cucumberon, we were thinking of union for some time.
Would be a very beneficial union.
All of you, it's that like, oh no.
You just see like Namoran's shoulders just like slightly go up. It's just like
Tyler just kind of goes behind him.
Like,
No one wants to be
it's
in
like,
this.
stand
Hybrida doesn't
right next to
say
Lex.
as
a
if
Big-
we
word.
don't have any
Like,
parent
it's okay,
issues.
It doesn't say a word. You see Stefano speaks up for the first time. Well, yes, this is a wonderful marriage, and I'm very excited about this.
Except for you too, bro.
Thank you.
I want to punch your brother in the face. I don't say that out loud. I say it in his brain.
Just
You see,
psychic
and
message of like,
Yeah, but food, of course. Come with us to the, what do you humans call it? Kitchen?
I think
Dining
they called it a
dining room.
Yeah.
Yes, hops along, and he is kind of hops into it. We, of course, do not have need for physical ingestion of food.
Yeah.
But you've been eating Cheetos since I've met you.
It's fun.
My
okay?
son has
Flavor
a
the taste.
unfortunate habit of putting earth food in his mouth. It is a
It's
disgusting
well
habit.
made, okay? And
But
I
we
love
have
that
no
psychic
need.
delicious. Don't say
art.
that.
Well,
I
but
have-
we
I
have
have-
no need to eat them. We can gain nutrients from the sun and water around
While
us.
we have no need,
I'm
it's
gonna
just
whisper to Namor. We
appreciate
also
food.
don't have needs to eat cucumber, but we might as well.
Garicha.
Crunch,
Garicha.
crunch, crunch!
I'm just gonna go, like put my hand on his head. It's like kind of like nope,
Don't
just
do-
nope.
stop. Don't listen. Aeneas brings you in. There is a dining room. You realize it's not like a traditional. It's very circular. A lot of like half tables formed with different seats, almost what we would call a sitting room. But you see, yes, find a place. I have made preparation for some. What are they called? Food to be brought to you.
Thank you.
So tell me, how goes the Federation and galactic journeys?
Well, usually join
That's
Starfleet.
funny.
We're recruited upon the USS Confidence. Working with Alpha Shift, we've made first contact with planets. Working on our transport vessel. It's been quite a journey of self-discovery, for me at least. Working with these incredible people.
Excellent. And do you get paid?
Yes.
Ah,
Yes, we do.
Yeah,
What
we
do
get
you
like
mean?
minor subs. Like, it's more like you get a bunch of payment usually like when you dock or like if you get short. Like on the ship, no, they're not offering you.
Yeah, we
credit.
don't have need of money on.
It's like the military. It's like money's getting sent off to a different bank account. You see, it is interesting. Well, you realize there's that like sound of fingers, but Aeneas doesn't have a hand, to which
Sure,
causes more confusion of how.
It's breaks fence first and say,
So,
I'm sorry.
I
Hmm?
also realized that this journey I've had the time to review
My life up until this point,
and I realize I've been very selfish for the longest time, focusing on,
oh, what can I do now? What can I try?
and I just want to be the first to say, I'm sorry, Mom and Dad, that I was wrong. But thankfully, Starfleet's given me the opportunity to learn from my mistakes and make a difference in the world.
you watch Lynette stands up crying and quickly rushes out of the room. You see Aeneas just, don't mind your mother. It's a lot of money. Well, thank you, Lawrence.
Can I sneak away and go see if Mom's okay?
Go and make me a stealth check.
Okay.
But you see,
Tyler,
like-
like, cover me, cover me.
We understand it was not easy. Being raised, always had a penchant for the oddest of activities, but it's comforting to see you have grown up.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
I got 5.
You go
Would
up.
you
There's
like
a
to
couple
roll?
Phylosian guards that like move in front of the doorway, just in that like we're not
I'm
gonna let
gonna
you just
go
run
to-
after the lady of the house.
I'm gonna go to
yeah.
the bathroom. Do you guys have a bathroom?
Actually, yeah, August. Weird question. Do vegetables defecate in this universe?
They
Oh
do
wait, no,
not.
they don't. Yeah.
Important to note that bathrooms, what we would know, are for vanity. Again, the application of wigs and toupee, the things that they
You're
like.
gonna be the same.
Well, it's like you see the two cucumber guards like,
Deception check?
yeah, make me a deception. Because they don't know what bathrooms are.
The bat-
Oh, that's so much better.
A washroom. The princess has a powder room. Ah, there's
That's
a
a-
key on a big
that's a
ring, just like
21.
at the gas station.
21. You see one of them goes, is that what they, I don't it's like the vanity?
Do
You're good.
Okay.
And they open the doors for you and let you pass.
And I go over and have a mom.
Right on. Back in the room, you see Aeneas says, "Oh, wonderful. But tell me, where do you all come from? How do you all find yourselves in this?
Can I just like subtly, like, not even full message spell, just like, don't mention everything of your backstories to my parents. They wouldn't process it well.
I come from a lovely family on Earth. It's just me and
Ah.
my dad. Yeah, I have this older brother. We kind of have a tough relationship right now, but it's getting better.
Oh my god!
Yes, I understand. Brothers can be
Oh, yeah.
quite.
When Aaron says I didn't know, I just.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, no. Brotherly rivalry is something to be expected. We don't hold it against Lawrence for his failed marriage, but we, of course, are happy that Stefano is getting married. I understand completely, Mr.
Tyler.
Mr. Tyler. Thank you. Yes, well, I will assume, are you Klingon or...
I am of the Imperium, as my two other brothers are.
Now, is that like the Romulan Imperium?
Close.
You see Ghiberti under his
Just
breath.
like,
I want to eat him. Like,
I want to
You're
see if
going-
I have any messaging
And then
spells.
I'm
Just say,
whispering,
these are my.
yes,
Stop
the
D&D part.
the war
I-
portion of the galaxy. We've
Not
funded
cannibals.
certain weapons to that region. I understand that you always need to kill over there, so money to be made. Wonderful.
Like,
Oh.
a
you,
subtle
good
guy
sir.
just
It is
makes
that
some
Aaron's
mental poke because he's been looking at Aaron. Just,
Dude.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
are you also Earth?
Yes.
Ah, yeah. So I will say.
That's your twin sister.
And the disturbance, the woman who just I don't know. Anyway, that's my sister.
My twin sister.
Oh, yeah, she's got. Well, will she be needing food? Does she eat like you? Do all of you humans eat?
Every human eats. Yes, we are kind of
Oh.
susceptible to a lot of things. We're the most fragile and pathetic of anything in the galaxy. In reality.
Yes, well, here. I
I'm
would
not
say-
human, I'm a trill. You hear that in your brain?
Kind of like gestures to his three sons. You see, Stefano, Roberto, Martuccio. Each like stamps their bets. I will send my boys to help get food here ready, and of course we will send for your sister.
Oh,
so
do you
that
need
she
any
eats
help?
too. No, Lawrence, we must catch up.
Of course.
I'm gonna be like, as I'm walking past, I'm gonna be like looking for the powder room, but also trying to find the mom and
Make an
being like, it's a
investigation check, yeah.
coincidence that I ran into her.
What a surprise! Yeah, go for it.
What a
Your
surprise!
dad is a passive-aggressive douchebag. Like, oh my gosh.
This is high regency with vegetables. What do you expect?
You said, is that a perception or
Investigation.
Investigation. Yeah.
that's another 21?
21.
Do you need to roll high to see if it passes?
No, you, Alice.
Yeah.
I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Gotta be
I'm
really
just out of the
nasty
bathroom.
What's DC?
DC for this con is currently a 17.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay. What's your modifiers?
My constitution, I get add a +2, I rolled a 14.
Would you like a 15?
Well, that'd be less than what I rolled.
No, wait,
it'd be
no, you
more.
said 14, didn't you?
I rolled a 14 plus 2.
It's 16.
Oh, okay.
It's
excuse
16.
me.
DC
I mean, like a
17.
15 plus your modifier. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
It would. Oh.
Yeah,
17?
That
Exactly.
would be 17 exactly then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Then we will cut away from what's about to happen there. In the room, the four of you and Aeneas sits there. Yes, well, food is taking quite some time. I apologize for you.
They're all sitting there awkwardly,
Well,
like,
let's-
well.
Blood needs
Can
to
I
be
do
caught up
a
on.
quick with my tricorder? We can like do tech things with that, right?
Yeah, minor stuff. Yeah, what do you want to
Can
try?
I try like a little technology check to see if there have been any outgoing communications to the Federation?
Make me a tech check. Use your intelligence modifier.
I want to do an investigation
Yeah, go
check,
for it.
and I rolled a natural 20,
Ooh,
so
okay.
that is a 22.
Okay.
11.
11. Nemorum, you will not be surprised by what's about to happen. 11 does not beat the 15. I would like everyone in this room to make me a Constitution saving throw at disadvantage, but Nemorum, you'll be rolling this flat.
Okay, alright, cool.
I just want to go on a date, man. Come on, August.
20.
20 passes.
Oh. that
DC is 17, as we now know.
Okay. Con save.
Yeah, con save.
That's another natural 20. Wow, okay. Go
My
for a
lowest
20,
roll was a nat 13
so
for
a
a
23.
total of. No, wait, that's not the page. Nat 13, total of 15.
Total of 15.
Yeah.
Tyler.
5.
No.
Dude!
Nemorum, you watch. Actually, I need to roll for Gibirti. Immediately, boom, hits the ground hard, and you hear Aeneas go, finally, the gas is working. Tyler and Lawrence, you pass out. Oh my gosh. Azrael only got a synthetic 16. I apologize. I misread that number wrong. Azrael and Gibirti both pass out. Let me quickly roll for Father Graponis passes out. Mr. Lunt is up. Alice, you turn the corner, thinking a powder room because you think you see some mirrors. Inside, you see cucumber guards wearing gas masks that turn, look at each other, and raise what seems to be almost like a gas-based rifle. Start swirling around, but you have enough forethought to cover your mouth.
Can I knock them out?
I need everyone to roll initiative.
Okay. Wow.
Aaron, what'd you
The
get?
one time I'm rolling high
19.
for a session, what the frick? Okay.
The more?
Ooh.
So that's,
That is a natural 20.
that's a 21.
21 to more. Alice, natural 20.
Natural 20. It's a 22 now
Ooh.
because I have a +2.
Hey yo.
Let's go.
Tyler,
19.
19. Tyler, you will act before Aaron then. Lawrence.
Nat 13, total of 17.
17. Here we go. Nemorum currently, they're out, but the two Custodes will act on your initiative. Lawrence, the two Philosian will act on yours, but unfortunately Father Graponis is still out. Let me add in some quick guards.
Is improved initiative working again?
Improved initiative is working.
Yeah, boy.
I'm very, very happy. We need some of these guys. Here we go. Let's make a roll for them entering the initiative. They will act right after Alice. They barely have one less dexterity than you, but on a natural 20. The Veggie Guard coming in hot. I also... I have to roll for Aeneas. He is technically in this.
Would you like to roll an 8 for that?
Aeneas is now bottom of the order.
Yeah. I've had it.
I like
Enough
my
of this.
family. Can you not
I don't
start
like
a
your dad.
barbecue?
Not a barbecue. We would call this
Honestly,
a
barbecued,
crudité.
barbecued vegetables is pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
Guys,
You-
as
I am
rude as they are,
hungry.
they're my family.
What's
Oh, they're your
crazy is
family.
I will let you know that
Just out.
putting Aeneas at the bottom of the order is probably one of the smartest things you could have done. I will give you a
Yes.
point of inspiration for that.
Oh, cool.
Uh,
Okay, so I already have a point of inspiration.
So you can give it to anyone you want.
Okay.
My question, I think I still have a
who's-
point of
who's
inspiration
next
because
in
when
that?
I was
Who's-
updating my character
Yes.
sheet, I saw it.
Oh, who's
that
it?
had
I will
to
say,
update
so
it.
Alice isn't here, so you probably can't give it to
Oh,
Alice, but
that's
So
Tyler
or
and Lawrence.
because I have one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't have one right now.
Tyler was the
I'm
least-
gonna give it to you
Okay.
because this is very personal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
You
yeah.
probably need one right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go. Let's throw
Oh yeah,
up
technically this guy's gonna have layer actions, so oh my gosh.
Aeneas. He is a dangerous person.
Yeah. He's
Which-
also gonna be flame grilled in a moment.
Yeah.
By putting him lower in the initiative order.
My
Here's the
family-
improved initiative. I've just sent it to
Look,
the
we'll keep the
messenger
rest of your
chat.
family alive.
Yeah.
Just accept your dad, cause screw your dad.
Don't
Alice,
make any promises.
you act very first before the veggie guard. I realize I misspelled Aeneas. Give me a second. Aeneas. There we go.
It's called
Aeneas. Aeneas.
anus.
Alice.
Anus could come
These
out.
two guards are right here with you. Fire it, but you throw up a bit of your hands and fabric, keeping the gas out of your nostrils. I will say you then currently are holding your breath, but with your current constitution, that can last you 2 minutes. But that number goes down the more you're acting and doing a lot of physical work. So just be careful of that.
Yep.
Alice, what would you like to do? Let's start the orders.
I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt.
Hell yeah. Go for it.
Yeah, I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt at the closest one. Actually, is there anything in this room that if I knock it enough, it'll fall on them?
Yeah, I will say there's a lot of high architecture, chandelier, buttresses, and archways
Then I
that.
would like to cast, instead we're going to do Guiding Bolt against something else. Do I have force damage? I do have Spiritual Weapon. If I cast Spiritual Weapon and knock something off.
Yes, it has a possibility. It'd be a luck check then of hitting them, but if it hits, that's going to do a lot more damage.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon. I rolled a luck check.
Mhm.
And that's only my bonus action. That's a natural 20. Plus 8 to hit.
Jeez.
Woo!
Oh, the fools.
There's been too many nat 20s this session. Alright, listen.
I'm
You
feeling
can
that
check.
too.
I'm
You can
surprised
check
about the
it.
natural 20s
Right
I've been rolling.
Here's
Here.
the thing.
He's not
Look at
doubting
it.
you. He's not doubting you.
These
He's just
are
saying,
high vaulted
he's
walls.
guessing.
I'm going to allow for
Archangel. Good stuff.
the official will be. I will start with 12d6 of falling damage. I will also add in what we will call 4d8 of bludgeoning from the rubble that's about to rain down.
Okay.
Yes, Aaron.
I completely forgot about one of my maneuvers I would have liked to have used if that's okay. It's called One Step Ahead. I just roll a d6 and add it to my initiative. Is it too late?
I will say it's too late.
Alright, because I forgot I had that.
That is going to be starting with the 12d6, 49 points of damage
4D9.
to both of the veggie guards in this room, who are immediately looking bloodied. Now I will roll a quick 4d8. Alice, you throw up spiritual weapon. What does your spiritual weapon currently form as right now?
It was a peak tentacle last time, which would be really cool, except for the fact that I think that would be even funnier if it was a giant floof with a giant pocket knife.
For the pocket knife.
A giant pocket knife.
Rolling up the ethereal hill, full on Sisyphus's rock hits this intense architecture. Boom! Explosion heard all throughout the castle. Both
shoot,
veggie
do we
cards.
have to roll a con save for floof?
Floof is already out. I'm saying, like, Floof is
Oh.
asleep on your shoulder right now.
Okay,
So
I'll
he was
suck
immune
him.
to the gas.
Yeah, Floof is just. Both guards look on death's door in one
Are they prone?
giant. Yes. Oh wait. Let me give. I'll let them have a dex save to try to not be prone. They each rolled a natural 19, let alone their dex. They are not prone.
They're not prone.
They're not prone.
Can I, as an action, just disengage
Yeah.
and run away?
You
This is
did
my
use your
birthday.
action though to cast
No.
a spell.
No.
Spiritual weapon
Bonus
bonus
action.
and no
It's a bonus
concentration.
action!
Nice
Ah!
one!
Spell in the
Yeah.
game.
Boom!
Bonus action,
And
no
disengage,
concentration,
running
deals
out the door.
damage.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
There
Oh
is
my
nothing
God.
but difficult terrain now in this room, though, as huge portion of castle has just come down. Alice, you run.
I kind of
That
like my
makes
childhood home, guys. What?
the Veggie
Your families are
guard.
dicks.
We're wanted
I know
war
that's-
criminals.
I
I'm so sorry.
Thought they'd be more kind, and
Thought
that's
they'd
what
be
I'm
cool.
mostly mad about.
That it's
So
yeah.
I'll
mhm.
flame grill them and
Here
tell
we go.
you they just
The Veggie Guard will
away.
act. The
You better have
ones
a big
will have to
convincing
take
lie.
full movement
I got a
and
+9
action
persuasion.
dash to get out of the room. So Alice,
Plus,
these Veggie Guards will be right behind you, but it took their action to get out of the room because of the stuff. But they are right on your tail, so they immediately close again.
Yeah. The lowest I can roll for
in the
persuasion is
room.
21.
The four of you, as Tyler and Lawrence, you pass out.
It's your
Aaron
second
and Namorum, there are
Yeah, it's-
about
Yeah, you're probably
4
gonna get it.
Vegetarian guards in this room with you.
That's a cool title, not gonna lie.
Vegetarian.
Vegetarian, yeah.
Stolen directly though from Dimension 20, I will say.
Oh, okay.
Support Crown of Candy. Amathar rules. So, Vegetarian guards are going to take some attacks. The 2 nearest the door that Alice went from are going to attack Namorum. The other 2 are going to attack Aaron.
Okay.
Each of them
Why is he so
get
empty?
3 shots.
So I also want to say, I don't know if this will affect them much. I have
I literally
resistance to
just
bludgeoning,
respect my
piercing,
character
slashing,
and his
fire,
he's
acid,
now a social
cold, lightning,
interactor.
radiant,
This is
thunder,
not my
poison,
domain.
necrotic.
What's really nice is technically these guns are still energy damage
Okay.
since they're starting with range. So it won't bypass. Oh, excuse me. The Aura of My Armor will help resist that.
Yeah,
That's
and I have
something
my
that should be-
temporary hit
Yeah.
points too, so yeah.
So here we go. Namorum, you're going to take 3 attacks, or excuse me, 6 attacks to
and
Namorum and
6.
6. So I got to make a bunch of rolls. I apologize.
AC
Here we go.
18 for me.
AC 19 for 18 for
And
Aaron.
an AC of, oh gosh, 25.
Should be 25 currently for Namorum. I'm figuring out Namorum's real quick because I think they may have just full missed, which is really nice. So, 18 plus 6. Highest was an 18. They need at least a 19 on their die roll to even hit you, Namorum.
Okay.
Damn, that's 6 attacks, all misses.
Jeez.
Aaron, here come your 6 attacks. That is 3 misses, one of them being a nat 1. But that is going to be for sure a 22 to hit.
Yes. So only 1 hit though.
Only 1 hit out of all those
That's
attacks.
I'll
Pretty
let you
good.
roll that damage, and then I do have a reaction.
Mhm.
Called return fire.
You're about to take 8 points of energy damage
Oh no.
I know.
and 16 points of necrotic damage.
Oh,
that's
no.
Oh no.
Okay.
Wow.
Rotting vegetables.
Sorry, I should pull up my
Mhm.
calculator real quick.
Bit of dark
And-
veggie energy.
How much was it?
8
I told
and
you broccoli was evil.
8 and 16, so it's 24 total.
24. Okay, so 51 minus 24.
Oh, you're at 51. Ooh.
Yeah. I'm level 50.
I forgot that you're the one
Yeah.
that leveled up.
I know. It sucks
Oh,
for the
yeah.
rest of us.
So I have 27 hit points left, and I'm going to return fire, which is free once per round because it's my signature
I'm
maneuver.
not.
Yep.
When a creature misses me with a ranged attack, I can make a ranged attack on them.
Exactly.
So phaser rifle,
Boom! Shooting one of the first
which is set on
Number 2.
vaporize always. That is a 25 to hit.
25 will hit the AC of the Veggie Guard. The Vegetarian Trooper, both. Boom, 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 boom. No more. You were just taking hits, and they're just nothing on your armor. The 2 that go for Aaron, Aaron has already done a full side flip, whips out, boom!
27 from the phaser rifle.
27. One he's vegetarian, and just dripping goo. His head is still intact, but now horribly hurt as
Dang it, I was a little off. Let me recalibrate. real quick.
recalibrate, horribly hurt, but still alive. First vegetarian looking fucked up. That makes the end of their turn. Namorum, that is you.
Alright.
Both brethren are on the ground. These 2 are on the ground, and Father Graponis is on the ground, all unconscious.
Okay. Where's
You can
Aeneas?
carry 2 of them.
Yeah, I can carry it.
Aeneas is currently still sitting in his chair, and looks to be just kind of like observing everything. Like he hasn't flinched, even though Firefight's gone off. He is just kind of like in the chair of this vegetable, just kind of watching everything.
What about the sons and the wife?
The sons left because they were supposed to go get food, and Mom ran off crying.
Yep. And
She
Dad's
knew
magically immune to the gas.
Wait,
about-
that's immune?
He hasn't
Not
fallen
wearing a gas
asleep.
mask and he hasn't passed out.
So,
That's why I'm saying the more I'm giving him the 8 initiative,
Is that
I'm
a
like,
genetic thing or is that a? Dang it, I don't have that.
something he has done.
Is that he? Oh no.
Okay. I want to do. Okay. One second.
Now, when you slap your hand.
Oh,
Okay, I did this. I want to do a perception check, like investigation check. So that'd be a synthetic 20. I want to see if he's got a shield on him. Like other than it just his immunity gas, it's just like okay, he's
For
got to
sure.
be shielded for some reason, you know.
what was the perception?
Synthetic 20.
Synth 20. You realize there's hologram on him right now. This is not his natural appearance.
So he is a hologram.
No, as in something is layering on an image over him, what we would call minor illusion. To the extent of something just... And easy enough on Synth 20, there is a little tricorder in this room that's projecting onto his chair. That this was a planned setup.
I will shoot the tricorder.
Easy enough, I'll say just a quick object interaction. Goes down. Aeneas' skin, while green, is cracked and hardened all the way up. He seems to have some form of magical armor on. And he is... There's 3 of him.
Mirror image, you son of a gun.
Bit of a high level, what we would call tech caster. As Aeneas said, the things money can buy, my good man. As he kind of gives you that, like, really gross, like, up and down. Your armor is quite valuable. This man has bought some high-level tech shit to
Is this
make
gonna
him
be
as
another
powerful.
fight where my character's unconscious or doing something else the entire time major backstory stuff is going on?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't like how many times this is happening.
If I had a
now.
nickel for every time my character was down,
Character was
I didn't know.
two
I was
nickels.
gonna see who went down. So
Alright, so because it's like he would phase out
Mhm.
into 2 different types, he will still stay in the same spot.
Yeah.
If he phases out, I'm gonna shoot in the spot
go for it.
twice because I have my opportunity attack and my regular. So
Shoot
yeah.
twice. Shoot
Oh,
twice.
and I am going to pull out the big guns. So
Can
this
you
is
keep
4d8
the people who are
piercing
up on
damage.
Yeah.
The
I think
bolter.
they will on their turn.
Okay.
They haven't had turn yet.
Okay, so first a couple of
What did you
attacks.
roll on your initiative?
Oh, thanks.
19. I got a
Okay.
19 too, but so his turn will happen next, and then I turn.
Oh, that's like
So I bet you'll get to make a save at the end of your turn. It may be immune effect, I don't know.
Or maybe my body's made not to resist gas, and I'm just like pretending to be asleep
okay,
and
so
shooting
first
at
attack was
That's what
And
I
you get
was
sneak
like.
attack.
15. Yeah.
Dude, if
15
you wake
hit?
up, you should totally do
Yeah.
that.
15.
sleep and
He's
then
going
like,
to
ah!
reaction cast shield, so
Gotcha.
it misses.
yeah.
Okay.
I got a
alright.
Glock. Vegetables
I
are
got a
not
Glock
immune to
Glock.
Glocks.
Nothing
oh,
is
so
immune
I
to
have to
fire.
actually
Particularly
mark
going
that
against
down.
Glocks.
He has used that. He has used his shield, or a shield, I should say.
Oh wait, 1 second. So.
You can.
Yeah, that was 15. Excuse me. Okay, I did that right. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, that's a 14 for the second hit, so it doesn't hit.
So,
So
yep.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
You watch as you shoot what seems to be his head, and kind of cuts through a hologram. You realize he had already leaned his head to the side. Really? You shoot again, hologram again, and head.
I hate this man. He's not a man. He's
Kind of
just a
tuts at you. Nemorum, you are wearing your armor, so you are no longer going to have to make any of these gas checks
Yeah.
as part of its ability.
Which is great.
But at the end of your turn, that will make Tyler's turn. Now, Tyler, you are currently unconscious. What I would like now is you can make me another con save at disadvantage with the gas currently pumping in.
That is a 17.
17 exactly. Tyler, at the end of your turn, you are up.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let's go, boyfriend.
So, You're up. That
Did you
makes
say that out loud?
Aaron. That makes
So
your
my
turn.
Yeah.
And so you guys can notice. Unfortunately, Aeneas would too, but Tyler's now awake on the ground as your body has fought through some of this gas.
And I don't have my bonus action, right?
Yes, because unfortunately this is at the end of your turn. You make the saves for better or for worse, because Aaron's about to have it at the end of his turn. Aaron.
First things first. How many of these vegetables can I fit in a 10-foot radius?
On opposite side of the room, 2, because they're at the doors area, so you could
Okay.
hit 2 or 2.
And one of those ones over there is already damaged, right?
Correct.
Do those guards have gas masks?
Oh yes, they do.
All right, perfect.
You've already taken down the minor illusionary
And
stuff.
the ones that were closer to me were the ones that shot me, right?
Mhm.
And that I returned fire, so that
Yes.
one's damaged. All right. Real quick, I'm gonna just look at the one that I damaged, and in his brain, from awakened mind, he can't respond, but he's gonna hear, "Tell me, do vegetables burn?"
What?
And I'm
You
gonna bonus
hear?
action, toss an incendiary
Wait, since
grenade
when do
at
you
them.
get psychic powers?
You made a pact with an eldritch
You.
being.
So,
And it's a
Thank you.
one-way street, unfortunately.
yep,
Uh,
I'm gonna toss an incendiary grenade
Oh wait,
at
so he can't
those
talk to me?
two.
They will make a dexterity
No,
saving
no,
throw.
I'll tell you.
You
I'm
see
so
the
confused.
fear growing in his eyes of what? Oh, that was really good though. I believe both are going to pass on a 16 and 20
16
synthetic.
will pass, so they'll take half of
Half.
2d8 of fire damage.
Mhm.
So that's 5 half to 3 fire
3.
damage each of them, and the ground is ignited for
Mhm.
that 10-foot radius. And anytime a creature enters there or starts their turn there, they have to make the dex save or take the damage again.
And they're
Wait,
right in the middle.
wait,
And that was my
wait.
bonus action, thanks to explosive style.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Continue.
How close is he?
From you, I would say about 10 feet
We're
away,
like
because you
back
guys
to
were
back,
all
yeah.
sitting in chairs next to each other.
Okay.
We're back to back. my
I
friend.
have this thing called Area Shrike. Machines within 120 feet suffer jamming and malfunctions. Constructs suffer disadvantage on checks against me.
Oh!
I think this will help progressively in the battle. I don't think this will.
Like, I don't expect it to,
Unfortunately.
EMP.
Yes,
doesn't work, you
it
know?
just
I'm a
it
god
will
of
help against some of the other stuff going on in the battle.
Okay.
Wait, what
That
else
is
is
important to
left?
note, though.
In the brain as well, as I'm going to sort of start moving towards that one whose face is blasted. In his mind, give me your mask and I'll let you live.
Make an intimidation check.
Oh, I would love to. I'm going to use my inspiration so I have advantage.
Okay.
Hey,
I'm going to say that before I roll. I rolled 2 11s for a dirty 20.
Dirty
dude.
20.
Wait, what are you?
I'm a fighter warlock.
That will beat his synthetic 15. You watch as just. Please don't kill me.
Doesn't that start killing him?
And
He throws the mask
Sweet.
over to you.
I will use my action to put it on.
Action to put it on.
And then I will action surge, look at Mr. Cucumber Dadman.
Mhm.
Be like, holograms make it harder to shoot you. But I think you're pretty flammable too. And I'm going to action throw an incendiary grenade at him.
Fuck yeah! There we go.
You're still
All right.
flammable.
Yeah. Fun fact:
I no
area of
longer have
effects
any
can't do
incendiary.
shit with mirror image. Like,
Yep.
hopped out of the tray, but I will still count it. That was a 12.
That fails.
Yes!
So he'll take the max damage. That's 7 fire damage.
He looks a little hurt as fire erupts around him as he.
And in his mind, you want to tell us what you're doing or you want to burn?
You realize doesn't go off. You can't communicate inside of his head right now.
Oh, interesting. All right, then I'll say it out loud.
Fair enough.
I'm so confused
Oh,
by
oh,
you
oh,
now,
this
it's
stopper.
angry.
As
Something-
I just level the phaser rifle at him, speak. Tell us your goals,
As he
or you die.
gets ready to stand, just kind of like hop out of the fire. Well, I mean, the bounty on your heads is quite high, and I knew someone would come eventually.
Fair.
Lawrence, as Aaron, you have the mask on. You don't have to
Yep.
make the check anymore. Lawrence,
Save.
I do not want us going down.
to a
I will
disadvantage.
hide.
Wait, two saves at disadvantage?
Or well, one save at disadvantage, so 2 dice. Sorry.
Okay, let's go. That's cocked. That is still cocked. There we go. The lowest was a 13.
You are unfortunately still unconscious,
I'm gonna
Lawrence.
surround my hero force for the next minute.
Oh.
And I will say, I did make the checks. Azrael and Gilberti did not succeed, but I will now say out loud, I'm making the checks for Father Graponius to try to get up. load of the 2 is a natural 1. He is still snoring comfortably on the ground. Monsieur Lunt will, though, take an action to completely dodge as you realize he has whipped out from his coat a little control data pad and has started punching in numbers as a bonus
Good.
action.
Good. Lazy Susan's gonna go.
Some to
Lazy
the effect
Susan,
of,
go
can we
work.
get a ship over here? Like, but full action to dodge as it's I can't melee right now, but I can do this.
He can get comfy between Namorum and Aaron.
Aeneas is going to kind of sit up
A
and
melee
hop
sandwich.
out of the fire. At the start of his turn, he'll make a dex save. I believe that is still a synth 14, so it'll still
That'll
fail.
pass. Oh, 14 is the DC.
Oh, 14 is the
So it'll
DC,
pass.
thank you.
So he'll take half of 6, so he'll take 3 fire.
Take 3 fire. As he hops out, you realize that he kind of just, like, cracks the, like, cracked green skin in around him.
Ugh.
You're making this much harder than it needs to be. Simply give up.
How about you simply give up, and we'll leave?
No, not in my own house. He is going to now
Hubris
do
will be your
a
downfall.
tech spell as in between all of you, he is about to cast or tech cast Wall of Force.
Okay.
The panels are going to, as he kind of gets out of the fire and takes a few steps back.
Would that technically be at a disadvantage with my thing?
Unfortunately,
Is
no.
Is it a roll though? Like,
It's not a roll. This is a wall of force. He is springing up
Yeah.
to form a hemisphere dome with the radius of 10 feet in and around like all you guys. Kind of like I'm gonna put you guys in the gas.
Okay.
If the wall cuts through creatures, so it's going to push Aaron, being the one that was closest to him, kind of pushes
Is he
you back
getting
a bit.
Tyler in it too, or just?
Yes.
Oh.
Basically, all of you will be in the same 20-foot area together.
I'm not there though.
No, yes, you are not. Nothing physical can pass through the wall, but it is immune to all damage. Kind of just, you watch as he, to flavor it, pulls out a little remote of his own, boop, boop, as 3 different panels open up in the ceiling, and a full force field emerges into existence around all of you. The top of it starting to kind of scrape your head, Namorum, as you realize forces you in. Wall of forces around you. You watch Aeneas just kind of... This will be so much easier, but we will wait out the gas, and, well, I mean, I can also just wait until authorities arrive. At the end of Aeneas' turn, though, Alice, that is you.
August. These are water-based creatures.
Oh! It's not shade water. Oh! I thought she was gonna try to walk but no, this is worse. This is worse. This is much worse, August.
I love create and destroy water.
This is just like Power Word Kill for my people, okay?
Hold on,
You
hold
are
on, hold on,
You
hold
are
on.
literally
Hold
sucking
on.
the
No, there's
moisture
no
out
holding
of
on.
them?
Destroy water. You destroy up to 10 gallons of water in an open container within range.
Technically, wouldn't they be containers?
And open because
I
they have
can't
mouths.
control them containers, though. That,
They have mouths.
Yeah, so do
August.
containers. It's just a lid and a mouth.
We literally established session 2 that I vomit water.
I know, but
I vomit water.
Or I can destroy fog in a 30-foot
I'm-
cube within range. Is this gas water-based?
this is water-based. That's why I'm like, container is an object that can be used to hold something.
Okay.
I'm
We're
going to
people.
That's
put-
fair.
We're people.
Creatures
We're
are not objects.
sentient.
That's
Thank
how I
you.
Unless they're a corpse.
Yes, no, that is a bit of grossness to that.
Which means Revivify technically doesn't
But
work by
you
the
could
rules of
use
Ritual.
this spell to destroy the fog.
Yes.
Dehydrate the air. You all gone. As
Yeah, I would also like to use my bonus action because I still have spiritual weapon.
You
I
do?
can attack these guys. I'm gonna hit the ceiling again.
excellent. I will say you might be in range, so go ahead and make me once again a luck check, just because they did close with you. It's that they ran out of the room and
That is another 9
Bro!
Can you guys
What?
stop?
I will
Wow.
say,
Oh,
I
my
like
gosh.
some of those rolls.
Okay,
Yeah,
I was
same
gonna let
here.
this time. I'm just checking to make sure I'm not.
I will say
I've been
there's
on-
no way that these two can survive. even though the ceiling's not as high, any falling damage and force or bludgeoning damage of the room, you can jump out of the way. Alice, you giant spectral tribble crushes the ceiling. Boom! Gone.
Yeah. So that gas trick, I would also like to do in that chamber.
You're going to run back. I will let you know
But
using
I
full
would like
movement.
to object interaction, steal one of the masks off of them, and put it on my face.
Hell yes. Object interaction off the
And
corpse.
I'm gonna grab the
Grab
second
it.
one. Can I grab the second one at the same time?
I will say no, just
Okay.
because they are a bit
Yeah.
intricate of having to get them off.
Get putting
You
it,
can
yeah.
at least grab one, and if you start with your movement, you'll have on your next turn, your movement will get you to the room.
Okay.
You didn't go far, thankfully. It wasn't like you had to run through, but it is that like running back, and you're still about that like 30-35 feet away from the doorway.
I'm just screaming in my brain, Aaron, fix it!
Fix what?
Fix it!
What?
The Vegetanian guard are sitting here. You see Aeneas turns to the two that are in the flames that are already hopping out.
Oh, that saves.
Yes, it is. But Aeneas stops, turns to them. Wow, that was a 19 and 18. So
Okay, they'll
definitely
take
Wow.
7 damage. That's already halved.
I
7
do
or
have
half.
sheep water though, so that's good to know.
Turns to them, just find the one that escaped. Shoot her down, please. As these two bow, turn,
Did you just say
hop out the
shoot
door.
me down?
Shoot you down.
Did
Like,
they
full
pass
on
by
kill
my?
me?
Unfortunately, no. Well, the wall force also force field on you guys.
Also,
These
how
two-
close are they to me?
Hop out the door.
We're
Currently,
inside the wall
right
of force.
wall force.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
blocking
Yeah,
the
no,
physical.
right.
These two hop out the door after Alice will open the door, see you, and immediately do
Oh.
6 attacks.
That sucker, I intimidated him. He should be running. He did.
Oh, he was running,
Oh,
but
yeah.
it's not helpful. Well, great. I can run and take down one instead of staying
That's
here.
fair. Yeah. I believed it.
Here we go. 3 attacks on you, Alice. What's your current AC?
Current AC is only 15. Because I don't get any armor buffs.
That is a 10, 12, and a nat 20. So 1 attack crits. The other guard will take his shots. A nat 1, a 10, and a 22. So that's a critical hit and
Normal hit.
a normal hit.
Oh gosh.
Here
I only have
comes
38 hit points.
a critical
Wait,
hit.
did we rest?
This is the
Only have 3.
She has
crossbow.
38 max.
That's
Oh,
right.
the
30.
necrotic
I heard 3 hit
Yeah,
points,
I
and I'm
heard
like,
doubles.
I feel
You
like
are going to
improving.
take 19 points of bludgeon or energy damage from the crit, and here comes the necrotic. A further 16 points of necrotic.
Oh my gosh.
Alice, the last attack's going to come off as it only hits once, but this will be 9 points of energy damage.
August, I am down.
Here come the necrotic energy.
I can't take any more damage. I'm down.
Well, we'll see.
Those are just
Only 7 points of necrotic,
Okay,
so
but you're-
max is not enough to put you down, but you are at 0. As the doors open, all of you can see Alice running down. Both Vegetanian. Immediately, weapons are raised. Boom, boom. One hits Alice right in the hip, boom, knocking, and before you fall, boom, go, back of the head, you drop. Spiritual weapon does drop at this point, but you are wearing the gas mask, so there's no need of any other form of that sort of damage.
It'd be nice if I could actually.
The two left in the room, these Vegetanian guards, are going to stop. They're going to head over wall force. You realize that they come and just hold actions and level it right at your head, Nemorum.
How
Basically,
can they shoot through the wall of force?
no, they
They're
can't. But
ready.
so they have to hold it. Basically, if wall force goes down, like if our boss takes it down, we just start shooting the survivors.
There's no one but us in the wall force.
Correct. All your allies. It's you guys, the Azrael and Gabberti, Father Graponis, like all the NPCs. You guys are all inside this wall force.
Okay. Take down the wall of force. Kill your
Nomura,
dad.
that is
Or at least down them.
I
your
want to say
turn.
but I can't.
Don't know why we're
Dice
having
rolls.
connection issues with music right now.
Avenge me.
First, Ashton getting feeble-minded.
Avenge
during
me.
Here's what I'll say.
recognition about this.
Lawrence, could you just grab me that speaker? Let's put on
I'm
the
sorry,
table.
Lawrence is
I
a
mean-
character.
I
You
know.
said take down your sister.
Uh,
I would assume
Nomura,
you would
that
help
is your
me cover
turn.
my
Well,
defense.
just sit on the
What do you
table.
think Aaron's about to do?
I'd like to be.
I think this is the first time Alice has
Okay,
ever actually gone
so-
down.
Yeah, it is actually. Yeah. So it's just the force wall that's there. Yes.
Just the wall force.
And there's nothing around what's
Wait!
Aeneas.
What about Floof?
Yep.
Floof fell off my shoulder. Is he still
Or is
there?
he-
Floof is asleep in your shoulder.
Okay. I was like, I hope Floof didn't
Alright.
fall off.
Didn't get shot.
Well, I will attack him with 1. So that first attack is a 19 plus an 8.
You
If
go.
Floof dies,
Unfortunately,
this one can be
the wall of
fixed.
force, nothing physical can pass through. So,
No, you said
oh
he's in the wall.
no, he is
No.
not. He is out.
He's not.
No.
Okay, well, okay, well.
I'm sorry. I should have clarified that.
Oh well,
That's
instead,
good. Your turn.
okay.
You have allies.
Oh gosh. Okay, because I really want to teleport out of there.
Go for
and
it.
Just go into that. But are you guys gonna be fine?
I can do stuff from the inside.
I can do
Alright.
literally nothing right now.
I will
I would
teleport
like to
as close as possible to him.
Teleport takes your action. You poof, right behind him.
He's just like, wait.
Oh man, wow, motion did it.
And
Honey.
I will use that. Can I still use that 19 as an attack?
Yes, but this would just be your one, because technically, again, it is a full action to teleport. But you'll still be able to take
Well, I
one
mean,
attack.
just the action.
Oh.
Because I still have my opportunity and all that sort of stuff.
Yes.
Yes, I see that. I
Because-
see
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. So you get the one attack, and I'll allow the 19. So that
I'll
will
allow the
be
19. Okay, all right.
So
So that's a 19 plus 8. So that's
27.
27.
Yeah, he's not good at reactionary shield. He will roll his mirror image and see if it hits him.
Needs a 6 or higher.
Here we go.
He gets disadvantage technically, yes.
Not on this. This is his mirror
This is the
image.
holograms that are already up.
His hologram
Wait, does he?
will take
Dang it! I'm down. I can minus a d6 to that.
Yeah.
on an 18. Unfortunately, will pass.
Say
So
your
you
mark.
boom blast. A huge crater cracks from what you thought was him, as he is someplace else. One of his 3 holograms are down.
Okay, so the other one was a synthetic 20.
Synth 20, he'll reactionary shield doesn't hit him.
Say that one more time.
On a 20 to hit him, he shields,
Okay.
which will perfectly block.
Okay, I would you just said that really fast.
Yes,
What
he
did you
did.
say?
He cast or tech cast a shield.
Okay. Gosh, your dad sucks.
Your dad
I
is
want
dead.
to say stuff right now,
Your dad is
but I
dead.
I
can't.
want you to say stuff too.
Nemorum, your shield is all.
Lawrence would be real helpful.
Or
The one
you
time
teleport
I
out. We're
will
gonna
top
roll
initiative.
for your brethren. You do notice, unfortunately, their custodian's armor is not perfect, so they do have the disadvantage. They don't have that perfect
Yeah.
seal lock. So, that is going to be. Damn, one of them almost crit their way up. Ghiberti, unfortunately, is still down on a synth 14. And, yeah, synth 12. Both of them are still unconscious.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Tyler, that is your turn. Now that you're up.
You mentioned that the force wall doesn't let any objects pass through.
Doesn't seem like anything physical can pass through yet.
What if it's a 21st century physical object?
You ready to come make me a pure luck box of doom check?
Do you want to do 20 on that? Or
I do want a d20 on that. This is a 23rd century force field.
Yeah.
On 9, I will say it's probably advanced enough that even a bullet
Even a
would
bullet?
bounce off. And I'll say it before you have to shoot.
Uh-huh.
It's that bullet probably is enough.
And
This-
right now, since he teleported, is just Aaron,
and
Tyler, Lawrence,
And the
And
unconscious
NPCs.
body of a
unconscious
body.
people.
and con-
Wander around with Mickey, Goofy, and Donald's unconscious body and have fun.
And there's no windows.
Alice is the only other
Wait,
person that's
wait,
outside
wait,
of
wait.
the bubble.
It's not coming from him, is it?
What do you mean?
The force wall.
Force wall?
There has to be a source. That
a
comes
bit
from.
of source, a bit of
He
concentration
is the
stuff.
he's concentrating.
He's the concentrator as it is tech casting, so it comes through him, but
Wait.
he's able to use stuff to
Was
keep it
mi-
going.
Was mirror image concentration as well?
Fun fact, mirror image isn't.
Wait, really?
I'm checking.
Mirror image is a concentration spell.
Nope.
No, it's not.
What?
I'm like, there's a specific
swore
reason
it was.
he's.
It's not.
Huh.
I
I
used
thought
it my
was.
entire finale yesterday.
Oh, I should say he is not stone skinned anymore. That's what he can't be concentrating on. I'm like, yeah, I did realize.
That's
No,
what I
but
read.
so he still has his mirror image and the wall force out.
I'm gonna hold my action to shoot.
Actually, yeah,
Okay.
smart. Hey, once we can get that down, shoot Aeneas. Hell yeah. Tyler, at the end of your turn, I do need con save. Because there's still a bit of gas
If I
inside
take
the
a
wall
deep
force.
breath, can I do the roll flat?
Yes, no, kind of like Alice's. Now that you're not surprised, it's enough to be like, I know what's about to happen.
Wait a
Take a
minute.
deep
If we're not
breath.
surprised, it's not.
Well, but
disadvantage.
when you're unconscious, it's still retroactively there.
Because you can't take any action to.
Right.
Yeah.
To
That is a 21.
21. You're fine. And again, Tyler, you've got some pretty good con. You think you can hold your breath a while, so unless big stuff hits you, you're good to go. Aaron, that's you.
Aaron's just staring out the wall at Lawrence's dad. You don't let down the wall. I'm gonna take a deep breath in second wind first.
Second one, smart.
And so that is going to be 8 hit points total killed,
Smart.
bringing me up to 35. And then he's going to lift his arm, and you're going to see sort of burn marks start coming out onto his hand. He's going to close his fist and create bonfire on the dad. Please make me a dexterity saving throw, Senor Padre. As that will appear outside.
It does. You can summon it outside. I'm also just checking something.
Well, how does
Anybody
it
has
approach
to?
his sister?
It does scale up. It's 2d8 as well.
Because you can see. Yeah.
Yep.
Just nothing physical. Yep.
Shit.
All right. Dexterity saving throw.
You little vegetable man. Never touch my sister.
Poor Ian.
That is a synth 20.
He'll pass, so he'll take nothing.
Take nothing. As you watch the hologram shudders again, he's another 2 feet to the side. This is becoming very expensive to keep you all here. Please, I beg of you.
Nah, we're gonna burn
At
through
least
your
with
money.
Robert, I could cast healing spells.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's going to
No, it's
require
good.
either a
Literally
pass or
down.
someone's actually
Guys.
to wake up.
You down to 2 healers.
Yeah.
Sweet.
You want
That's all
help?
I can do.
Get us out.
Lawrence, that is your turn. I will also make Father Croponius' turn with you.
Cool.
Before I describe what Mr. Lunt will do.
Two more another disadvantage con.
Yeah, Groponius fails. I will actually do this. Mr. Lunt will use his action to wake you up.
Oh.
But it will
The
still
one
be...
time that I actually roll a 17.
It will still be end of your turn.
The one time that I actually roll a 17.
Time of that.
Ah.
Invisible slap. Lawrence, wake up! Your father's going crazy!
Dad, why?
Lawrence, there's money to be made, and you were always a disappointment. Honestly, there is nothing
finally-
lost here.
What? I finally find the thing that I'm good at, and now's the time you decide to get rid of me?
Yes, after years of being a drain on our bank accounts.
My gosh, that's what children are. Why did you have them in the first place?
Well, but at least the other children have the state of mind to be successful. Look at him.
How
Yeah,
can
I have the
Sandal
state of
shift-
mind to explore, to
Okay,
actually
calm
do
down.
something with my
Your
life.
downside.
I actually have the
Your
state.
spirit sentient. What the hell?
I actually have the state of mind to explore, to do something with my life, to learn and inspire others to do better things.
Aeneas kind of like cocks his head. Lawrence, enough. I need to deal with your friend. Turns and he's going to.
Wait, how did you get out there? Wait, what is this?
Holy shit, that's a big old one. He's going to basically, you watch opening up in the ceiling. Tiny little Tesla coil opens up, and below your feet in the morning, a little copper plate appears. As now, let's see. I have yet to try this one.
That's technically gonna have to make a disadvantage against that.
Still passes.
Gosh dang.
You have to make a dexterity saving throw as a
question.
lightning bolt is
Question,
about to
is that
run
something that I can negative bardic?
through. You can see it. Wait, hold on. D6.
Yeah, roll a d6 minus that from the check.
This might do it. I will let you know right now. That is a full 6. Let's see. As the Tesla coil sparks, ripping blue energy. Well, damn it. Well, you can't expect everything to work. Would you mind staying there for a moment? I need to fry your head.
I know this, like, technically not initiative. I just want to slap him.
You go like through the hologram. Now, just hold 1 second. You should be unconscious momentarily. As he keeps trying to
Sidestep out of the copper plate.
sidesteps out of the copper plate. That is Anis's big turn. As well done using that reactionary bardic.
Oh gosh.
Alice, please come make me a dexterity saving.
Would you like
Death
would
saving
you
throw.
like a point of inspiration?
I would.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright,
Okay,
you're
use
gonna
it.
use my inspiration.
Here we go. If you need to, you may use it. Okay. Would you like to use it?
Mm-hmm.
You got this.
Okay. That is the one that we'll keep. Because point of inspiration keeps it. Okay. Thank you, Alice. Here we go.
Alright.
We brought
The
out
Vegetarian Guard are going to take their turns again.
How many?
I will let you know.
Oh.
Okay.
So, the Vegetarian Guard, Alice is down, are going to come in. So, the 2 that were holding actions are still going to keep. The other 2 hop around, kind of have to take a bit of movement outside the fire. No, excuse me. They are going to go and restrain Alice. Just kind of like cuff on the floor.
Are you gonna stabilize her too?
They will come up, passing the
Uncle
check.
kinda wants me alive, but alright.
Oh wait!
That makes...
What?
If Khan is anything like the twins, he'll immediately sense that she went down.
You never know.
We're dead.
Vegetarian guards
We're
holding
gone.
actions. The 2 that were holding actions are going to turn and fire on you, Namorum.
Okay.
As it's not like we were gonna fire on you, but you jumped out. That's I'm saying when you teleported out. I could have been really mean, be like, "Well, they were holding actions, fire." No, they were holding. It's that they held
Where'd
actions
he go?
for the force field to drop, so therefore they
And
can't.
it's just like, what? Oh,
So,
frick, right,
Here
right.
come their attacks. They need a 19 to even hit. Hey, one of them got 119, so that's
Wow.
a 25.
Nice.
The other one will try. Got a nat 20. Okay.
What
Okay.
the frick?
Okay. So,
Karma, man.
but
how is
again,
it,
out
how
of
is it
3
that pickles
out of
are stronger
6
than
Hey!
freaking...
I'm a cucumber!
No,
Excuse
technically
me.
these guys are
Cucumber.
pickles. They seem a bit briny, necrotic-y. They're
are
technically called the
stronger
Black Guard,
than
but they're
a
Veggie Guard.
Freaking
currently.
Klingon. What? How does this work?
Oh, well, because they're the best money can buy.
Ah, okay. So
Here we go. So, 1 crit,
Yeah, we're
so
rich.
that is going to come in. All this
We're
will be
rich.
halved, so I will have it for you.
Out of
Oh,
The family coffer.
Because you're resistant to all of it.
But
So
we
let me
gotta
just
jump
total
back
up for you.
first.
So,
yeah,
12,
Might be hard.
14, 30, 41, 54 will have down to 27 out of Nomorum's temporary hit points.
Okay, so I'm down to 93 on that.
27. You're down to 93, and of course, you just need. Your turn is about to come up, so it'll be your first, second, and at the end of your third turn, of course,
It'll
the
come
temp will
back.
replenish.
Yeah.
So the little temp shield around Namorum, almost like a second skin, just kind of starts cracks forming in its base, but nothing goes through. Vegetarian do so. Namorum, that is your turn.
Okay.
But now you've got your full action because you're already out of the field.
Yeah, but I'm just... Oh, man. Okay. Because 2 thoughts are going through my mind, because I want to get Alice out of there and, like, heal her up.
Please.
But I also want to take out those cucumber guards. So...
Take the wall down, bro.
Oh, gosh.
Get the healer up. Get
Because
the
right
healer
now
up.
there's a
Get
big
the healer up.
Okay.
That's all
how
I'm
far,
saying.
How far away is she?
Oh, wait,
Right now,
that's 2 level
with
12s
your
in one
flying
turn.
speed, you can make it.
Dang it.
Since
Okay,
you got
yeah.
fly speed, you can fly
Healing
over the
word
incendiary.
and
No
shit
guards
Henry
around
with
here.
spell
She's
on the
just
ceiling.
contained.
Oh,
Yeah,
there is,
exactly.
yeah, 2 guard, they
Gonna crush
clipped her,
your
but
dad,
then
turn him
moved
into
back, so
mush.
they're technically not by.
Turn him into
Okay.
baby food.
Oh, gosh.
Turn your dad into baby food.
You know what? I'm gonna use my jetpack. Boom over there. Grab you.
Grab me?
Yes.
Yeah!
Oh gosh.
I have healing packs on me.
No. I'm debating
Oh.
because I only have 3 charges of my teleporter.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have
This
to
is really
like
exciting.
teleport you in, use my action to like heal you up.
Hear me out. I've
Um,
got a shenanery that might.
Well, that would be your
bypass
2
the
actions of
wall
teleport
force.
in action and then heal action.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
and then you'd be
so-
in the wall.
Yeah, I have shenanery as to how to get around the wall force.
Okay.
Okay.
Got an
Then
idea.
you
It's not
guys-
teleportation based. It's based.
It's base. It's a gamble.
I'm just saying, my uncle's gonna be pretty pissed if you kill his #1 child.
They don't know that. They just know it's valid.
Once again, I need to look up my healing.
Till the whole planet disappears.
You know what? I am going to do that because once again, team is more important right now. So
I
yes.
love you.
So I'll grab you.
And
then
also
teleport,
because Lawrence
and
is
then-
up, Lawrence has healing.
Healing, yeah.
He has healing.
Lawrence
so-
can help extra stuff. So
Well,
That
I can
gets
only
you
cast one level
inside.
spell a turn, and mine is for the shenanery.
here we go.
And then the healing. I need to look up my healing word stuff.
Oh, you have healing word? Bro!
Well,
we have
I have.
healers.
Well,
He's a paladin.
I'm a
He's
paladin.
got the
Oh,
Oh,
duh.
lay on hands. Lay on
heal
hands.
and hands.
You
Excuse
can
So-
literally just slaps it would say heal.
You've got 4, so you have 20 hit points that you can just give.
Oh, yeah.
anywhere
Yeah,
else.
you can give all 20
Yeah, I'm
or
gonna give
mix
you
and
all
match.
20.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alice, what was a natural 1, you almost died as
I
Oh,
have
okay.
one.
other hit.
Okay,
I
I'm
had
really glad I
2.
did that. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
You're
I
lucky
would've
that
died.
the Vegetarian Guard, they do not shoot to kill. Their orders were capture, as Alice was on the brink of death, up at 20.
I automatically throw up.
Yes, full on, as necrotic grosses everything in, you are alive. Nemorum, all of you are in. Tyler, that is
Oh, man.
your turn. I'm going to roll for the guard while you take a turn.
So technically, there's absolutely nothing I can do
Yes.
If you hold.
except do unexpected things.
That face.
With
Yes.
that in mind, I'm gonna hold my action.
Okay.
What are you holding your action for?
I just wanna shoot
Just want to shoot.
something once the force wall is down.
Okay.
Well,
All right. Aaron.
What floor of the building are we on?
Currently, this is what we would call like the 23rd floor of the building. Like, there's a lot of levels above the
my
level.
plan was, 'cause I've got a funny little spell I've been saving since.
Because we're all inside the bubble.
Yes.
And it's a bubble. It's not like a.
It's a dome.
Dome.
No, you described as like
A dome.
tech from the ceiling.
Tech from
Yes.
the ceilings have come down around you.
But not from the floor. So anyway,
No.
I was
I'm
thinking
going
the same
to.
thing,
Yeah, I was gonna cast Shatter.
And how big is the range inside?
20 feet, 10 foot radius around.
10-foot radius around? Okay. Alright. In that case, I'm going to say, Nemorum, get everyone behind you.
It's like done.
Swimmers
I'm
grasp
going
you.
to take out 2 frag grenades and just push onto the ground and detonate them.
Dude.
You'll take some kickback, so make a deck
didn't
save,
say
but then
that.
also
My plan was
roll
to
all
go
that
up.
damage.
That is a dex save for the first grenade of a 14, which passes.
14 passes,
And
Nice.
then a 10, which fails.
10 fails. So you'll take half
It's
of one,
just
full
average,
other.
Yeah. I'll find the damage and roll it real quick.
Oh my gosh, that's insane.
That was.
And
that
I'm
was
trying to
good.
blow up the floor.
Aha!
You were gonna go for the floor. I was gonna go for the ceiling, but looking at the spell, got a better idea. Something. Well, dang it. Which Shakespeare trash do?
And I will say we're almost to Lawrence's turn because I'll make round 3. Yeah.
Am I? Not mine. It's not going to die.
Fragmentation, average, where are you?
And I'm so sorry.
Yes.
Well, you are so sore.
Oh, it's a DC 16, so I failed both times.
Oh,
That's okay.
yeah.
Frag grenades are worse. That's right.
Yeah, because
Oh.
I was gonna say, I'm like, that's
But don't worry, I'm absorbing the blast, and then Morim is just out.
yeah. So it's not like no more
Don't
push everyone down.
die.
Wait.
I only have one movement of life.
Wait.
What?
Technically, I held my action to shoot something. Can he just place the grenade and I shoot it?
Yeah!
Yeah!
Yes!
Motherfucker.
Oh, yeah, you can!
Dude!
Ducking.
Put, dive out of the way, shoot all out. That's free action. Just
So the floor takes 8d10 kinetic damage
holy
because it can't succeed a
shit.
save.
Yeah,
Okay,
Okay.
and
I
that
love
deals the
Jimmy
exact
dice.
51 points of damage to the floor.
I'm just gonna see you, Mr. Cucumber.
As crumbling down, all of you are
Lucky
out of
choice
the
of
wall of
words I had in my
force.
life.
before that,
Dome above you, stopping all the damage, so it's this perfect ripple effect as you all fall in. You
Before we
all
fall.
take a bit of damage. Wait,
My turn was next, and I have
Oh.
something I want to do to my
Wait.
character.
Can I technically have the effects of Featherfall?
on yourself. So yeah, you're fine.
But
for
I
that.
You
can
can just-
hold people.
But if
I'm
you
a
hold
small
it-
dude.
Yeah,
I'm a
I'll-
small
I can hold
dude.
people.
How
So
this-
I
I
can
will
just hop
say-
on
I'll
your back.
say you could take 1d6 of damage and no one else take any. It's that
Alright,
you
I
just
didn't-
slow the fall, and so you'll take all of it to yourself.
Okay, but as
For
we
only
fall,
3 points, have to 2.
Yes, I'm okay. Real quick, August.
Oh, you're a digit.
I would
damage.
like
Okay.
to let
It's like 2
Lawrence do
points.
his
here.
thing
Oh,
right
sorry,
before the
because
explosion.
as the
if that's
explosion,
okay.
I've got my turn, and I was originally thinking, hey, I could cast Shatter on one of the ceiling pillars, break through it since you described falling. No, Shatter says something within range that I can see. Tell me, how close are the mirror images? Like a 20-foot.
Shatter has a 60-foot radius.
You could get
I've
your
got my
dad in.
guitar and warn it.
Or 60-foot range.
20-foot
6-foot range,
radius.
20-foot radius.
Each creature within a
Uh,
10-foot radius, which
sick.
is
Okay.
how
Foot ready to hit.
So 20-foot
Sick.
diameter.
Dad,
Dude.
so what if I revoke my birthday? I don't care. I'm a Starfleet officer. Alpha shipped. This is who I am. You want to excel me? You're gonna have to catch me. Boom.
3d8. He is going to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
And then we can
Holy
move to the
shit.
floor.
Here we go.
Why is my
What's your spell save DC?
Ah.
My spell save DC
It's better than
is 16.
Barely,
Oh wait,
barely fails.
barely fails. Okay, and that's thunder damage he takes.
How does it feel, Papa?
That's 13 points of thunder damage.
He now has to make a Constitution check to maintain concentration on Will of Force.
Well, we're out of it, so it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't. Well, but then you guys could come back up in, or the
Yeah.
guards could fire down. There's stuff that could happen. So,
Yeah.
Would it be better if he fails or succeeds?
I think it'd be better.
on a synthetic 6, boom! Shatters, cracks go through. The force field fades from existence, but you guys are already safely on the floor
Sweet.
below.
Can I use my movement real quick?
Yeah,
Is Alice still unconscious?
Alice
she's
is
awake.
just
Okay,
now
she's got
up.
lay on
Yeah,
hands.
she's got her 20.
You're just pro because it was that like
I'm gonna pick
coming up from
Alice
prone. Okay,
and then I'm going to just run.
you
I
go
can
to
run.
Mr. Lunch.
Let's run.
I got. She's almost here. She's almost here. Make a
Let's
break in the wall.
get-
Perfect.
With me.
No, I'm gonna jump through the wall.
Use your head, but I don't want to use my head.
Because I'm assuming we're still in initiative, but if we were out of
We
initiative,
are still in
I
initiative
can
because
break the
there's
wall
too many
open
combatants.
too.
Wait.
Lawrence, at the end of your turn, Mr. Lunt says this as Mr. Lunt finishes. He does have to use an action so far. The Graponis is still unconscious, but finishes just like, we've got 6 seconds and the ship is below us. Make a breach. Make a breach.
Let's go.
Here comes Aeneas, hops over to the edge of the hole, is going to look in, just.
I flip him off.
Hey,
Well, I guess you're still alive if you're cryogenically frozen. I need, down in this hole, every single creature must make a Constitution saving throw.
Would that?
What's with this
it's
obsession with
technically
these?
electronics? So.
Electronics, but casting from him, and he's far enough away out of your range.
Gosh dang it.
Wait, but
It's-
he's looking over the hole. Where
Yeah, the lightning
And you're
was
tall.
technically has to use it
Not
with
tall
you.
enough.
The
Not
cone
tall
of
enough.
cold is a cone of cold coming out from him in this moment.
So he's
So-
trying to freeze us.
I still have
Yes.
resistance.
Like Han Solo.
You do, yes.
I've been frozen before.
Oh,
I'll give you this. I might do some shenanery depending on your con save. Because this is exactly what's happened to you before. It's a cryogenic freeze. You're Han Solo, man. I mean, come on. Here we go.
Oh, that
Lawrence,
makes sense.
21.
That makes him so much
21
more attractive
beats
than
the
normal.
DC save.
23.
23 beats.
21.
21 beats.
Since 20.
Synth 20 beats.
That's a 15.
15 does fail, but you already
Tell me.
were halving it.
Yeah.
So
Tell
all
me.
of you will take half of.
Hey, my turn is passed, right?
8d8.
Meaning I have my reaction back. Meaning, do you need a bardic stat, my man?
That would be great. Yeah.
Ability 6.
D6. Okay.
I will let you know. Roll a 2 or higher on a d6, and you're about to quarter the damage.
Yes.
You're about to be beef.
Just grab this.
BB
That
Brave
is-
boy.
All you need is a 2 or higher, Namorum.
Okay, come on.
Statistically-
Come on. That's a 1.
Oh no!
Did we short rest while we were going through information?
Technically not.
Okay.
Because going through that information.
Can
is
I give him a
big.
guidance?
It's not your turn.
Still an initiative.
No!
That was a reaction.
That is 31 points of cold damage, which you will have Namorum, so you will only take 15.
Okay.
Alice, you
But
will
by the
take
end of this,
15.
The end of this,
Ow.
my shit's
Tyler,
back.
you will take. I will say 15
I am now
half
at
to
5
7.
hit points.
Aaron, you will take 15. Lawrence, you will take 15 as cold damage rips through.
Dad, if you wanted us alive, maybe not this way.
That's what he has to do.
As you know, he's just greedy.
That was all of those. He
I'm
had to do.
thinking about it actually.
Yeah, if you want money, Dad, consider saving the universe.
You see, not really.
Is it my turn?
Bro, it pays better
It
long term.
does in
you
fact
have a
make
force.
Alice's turn.
Incite greed.
Ooh.
What is
He is
that?
now going to be chasing after this shiny little rock.
Insight greed.
Yes, incite greed, August.
On a greedy
Why are
man.
you being so bratty about this?
Here we
my guy?
go.
Incite greed.
Honestly,
When you cast a
it's-
spell, a gem, each target that you choose must make a wisdom save.
Could you do that on the Vegigards too, technically?
You can do it on the Vegetarians who are about to take their turn. I will make, for the 4 Vegetarians first, their wisdom save.
Okay.
Thankfully, they do have a +5, so one got a synth 20, one got a nat 1, one got a nat 20, and one got a 12. 2 for sure succeed. I will say
Wisdom
the
save of 16, so.
wisdom save of 16,
So it's a
yes.
fail.
2 for sure failures. The 2 that were chasing Aaron that were already super fucked up are like, whoo! Just like immediately will be distracted. We're gonna box Doom Aeneas. I will let you know. He does have a +6 to his wisdom save.
No, do you need a gem for this casting?
Just use. Oh no, I was gonna say gem's easy, but you did use your reaction to help.
No,
me
I was
more.
gonna say, I don't think I'll need this wedding ring anymore.
Yeah, I'll use that.
I'm my own man now, not tied down
Here we
from
go.
this place. I am
On a 10 or higher,
Starfleet.
he will succeed.
6. Wait, what?
No, I'm just call-
Please.
If I
Wait,
called
wait.
that, I would laugh.
Wait, here's my
You have
question.
no more portents. I have rolled, and it was exactly a 10.
No!
Ugh.
Dude!
An exact 10. You watch for half a moment his true form, his true eyes follow as you hold this up. Breaks free.
I'm still tossing the ring up at
Yeah.
his face. So that
The other two
guards-
mentioning, like, are going for it, but he just
I think Stefano will make more of that ring than me.
paltry sums. Alice, as you throw it, the Vegetarian guards are going to take their turn.
Hit me!
He'll
And
make
guess what? I still have a bonus action. So I'm gonna bonus action. Where is it? I have
Spiritual weapon?
Spiritual weapon.
It's
Can
still up.
I?
No,
it's
spiritual
not.
weapon drops because she went
It does
down.
not have
Not.
concentrations. It
Well-
just lasts for 1 minute.
I
can check this.
I do want to check it because I
Let's
feel
check
like
it. It could drop when you're
I
unconscious. I'm not
thought it
certain.
dropped. That's why I will check.
I'm not
Both
certain.
Stefano will need that ring more than me, Dad.
Uh,
I just know it's not concentration.
Why don't you go get it for him?
I think it stays up.
There's just been a giant floof in the background.
Damn, I will triple
Spiritual
check, but in
weapon
this
is
moment I will say
broken
yeah. I think it just lasts a minute.
That's good because that's a 19 to hit Dad.
He has to reactionary shield. Poof, shield goes
How
up.
many of those does he have?
Enough.
That was last. Technically he had to upcast that one.
Wait, hasn't he already used his reaction?
Yeah, he used it against me.
But
Yeah,
it
but
was his
then he was
turn.
his turn.
He had
Then
it at
it's
the end of the
Alice's
round.
turn
Yeah.
next.
He blew the cold air at us, and then it went straight to Alice. So
Can
we
I
just got it
instead
back.
hit the ceiling above him?
I will say, unfortunately,
No.
no. Having
Alright.
already called the shot,
Yeah, I did.
that is going to make the Vegetarians 2 guards. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 members are down.
Wait, that's a 19 plus 8 to hit him.
But he used.
Yeah,
You
19
shield.
plus
Oh,
Oh.
19 plus 8. Excuse
19
me.
plus 8 to
Shield
Oh, why did you
doesn't
just
do
say
shit in
19?
this moment. That will hit.
Heyo.
That will hit.
hit. Good. I was about to say,
So he has
watch
to
out.
make a roll for his mirror image.
8 or higher.
That was an 11. Yes, that succeeds.
There's
So
no
mirror image will hit, but infernal damage breaks his second hologram. He has 1 left. That is going to make.
I'm so angry when that happens.
So with the Vegetarians, let's see. There's 5 party members, but they only get 6 shots. They are going to try to shoot.
Question.
Each of
Since
you.
it's technically, what round is this?
This is round 4.
So technically, would my shield have already come back?
At your turn, unfortunately.
Oh, I have my turn. Okay,
That is what
cool,
it's
cool.
important. Yes, every 3 rounds it resets, but that's why it's on your turn since it would.
Cool.
Wait,
make it.
no, party members. We've
So
also
here we go.
got the 2
Alice,
former custodians,
Aaron,
as well as
Tyler, Lawrence. We're starting with you 4. That's a nat 2. That's a nat 5. That is a 16 to hit Aaron, which misses, and that's a 14 to hit
return
Alice.
fire.
Misses.
That misses!
Holy shit!
I would love to return fire.
Go for it.
Ha!
2 attacks
Oh, you're
coming at
holding me?
Namorum.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Just
only
like
a 14.
2
Shove the
misses.
gun in your mouth and use your tongue like. Ah.
It's only a 14 to hit.
14 does not hit. As
Yeah.
it is now that full firefight of ducking around corners, boom, 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 even around. But as you try to return fire, they zoom in, firing down hell at you guys. But they miss. Namorum, start of your turn, your temp comes back.
Okay, cool. I'm just
You could
gonna
just
write
pass
this
me
down
off
real
the Tyler
quick.
so you could actually use your hands.
I didn't have disadvantage. I was fine.
She just wants me to hold. I'm just kidding.
I know. Here you go.
Yay!
Okay. Alright, so I am going to take on Aeneas again.
Okay.
3 attacks.
All 3
First
attacks.
attack, 15 plus an 8.
23.
You should have gone for it.
Even if he shields, doesn't work. So 1 attack will hit. He is going to roll his mirror image.
11 or higher.
Just needs 11 or higher for his last one. That's a 3, so it'll hit. So 1 hit,
Alright, so that's 1 hit. My second one is an 18 plus an 8.
26, even with shield, will hit.
And then the last one was a 6 plus 8, so that's
It's
not
14.
looking
So the
right.
second one, he still will mirror image destroy.
But you hit him.
You
Okay,
hit him
but
twice.
I hit him twice, so.
Hit him twice.
That's
Oh,
with
no,
me. Bolter. Ah, my freaking.
Actually, wait, did I take the most obvious parts below both parts spells? Because I think that'd be very beneficial in this thing.
It's not like, do I have?
Counterspell?
Here we go.
Vicious mockery?
So that could be really helpful.
Grandma!
My mom.
Yeah, grandma.
Oh, good.
Oh, and he doesn't have stone skin anymore. He had to drop that. Damn. This is
Whoopsies.
bad.
That is 20 for the first attack.
20. As he is finally taking damage, he immediately looks horribly hurt as bolter fire rips through all the remaining hologram as you boom pepper boxed cucumber in the side now.
Yeah, Dad. That's what it's been like. Starfleet taking damage,
24.
working
24.
dirty.
He looks horrifyingly bloodied as goo and vegetable ooze drains out.
You dare attack me in my house?
You dare try to sell your own son?
You dare attack me?
Sell your own son. I think we know which is worse here.
Demorum, at the end of your turn,
I get
Uh,
religious, but you don't need
Tyler,
to follow
that
the,
is your
follow
turn.
Abraham.
Mr.
That's
Lunch is
strictly-
also like, somebody, the wall,
Object
the wall.
interaction. Can I pass off a grenade to him for his object interaction? Do you,
Oh, you
Yeah,
both
Mr.
have,
Lutz a
you
rogue.
both have
He
a
can
19
very-
initiative, yeah.
Oh, wait,
Damn it.
I'll take the grenade.
Smites.
All right.
I haven't used my smites yet.
Fuck.
Spike! Spike! You just remembered.
No!
Oh god.
Yeah!
You gotta remind me, how many
It's 2d8
2d8s?
for
Okay.
first level. If you upcast it, it's an additional d8. For
Oh
every
my
level.
gosh, we're
Okay.
killing my dad.
Okay.
I plan to do
So,
it if you didn't.
Fair enough.
Okay, I'm gonna put them both at second level. I haven't used
That's
any of them.
We won't have daddy
68
issues anymore, though.
Radiant.
Nah, no,
Wait,
it's
six-
family
six-
issues.
6d8 radiant.
Huh.
Is he a fiend or undead, August?
He's
He's
not
a-
a fiend.
Okay,
He's a
so
plant.
6d8.
Alright.
It's an actual D&D creature type. He's most likely a plant, I'm betting.
Mhm.
So fire damage, maybe.
That's what I've been burning
Yeah,
the
it's
whole
been
night.
We've been having a pot roast.
Pot res.
Would you like a cool one?
Oh, yeah. Actually, switch it up.
6d8.
You know what? As he's doing this, I feel like this is the last chance I can say, Dad, you raised
Okay,
me.
alright,
Because I
cool,
also
To
use
be a
D8
good
because I'm a religious
man.
person.
You raised me.
Both clerics and
You
paladins
raised me.
love
There's
D8s.
a
Okay,
real
and that's
chance.
for both attacks, yeah.
Both attacks.
Holy crap.
Radiant.
Yeah, oh, 3d8 for each, so 68 total.
Yeah.
Not
Okay.
12d8, not
I was
12d8.
gonna say, like, even for me,
68
that's
total.
overkill.
Yeah.
68. Smite.
As he's doing this, I'm just gonna say, Dad, you raised me this way. You raised me to care for others and to learn what I could.
Is that a 6? Yeah, that's a 6.
This is
Yeah,
your
sorry,
own
no, it's hard to
downfall.
read.
Okay, so 12.
Letting that
I'm gonna pull my
sink in.
calculator.
Told him,
You have no one to blame but yourself.
told him his pride would kill him today.
His
Yeah.
hubris. It's a killer.
So that's
How much damage is that?
plus 10.
Get your hair to stick up now.
And then the plus 5. Wait, what the frick? What? No. Why did it do that? That was stupid. Okay. Alright. I'll try that one more time. Sorry.
I feel like I am shaking. I'm honestly, I'm
You're
like, this is
how
gross.
much?
That the
Oh.
first time you finally really hit him, it just does.
We're
this.
messing up the
It's
political
not
scape because
independent,
wait,
that's why it's
August,
funky.
how does the passing down of titleship go in this political space?
Oldest.
Oldest? And I'm second.
What
no,
if
wait, I was
he's
third
dead?
oldest.
What if we just murder all the others?
No, they're my brothers. They're
That is
innocent.
39.
No, they're not.
They're just
ran away.
gaslit into this by their manipulative
That is 39. Yep. Because that's also included my plus 5 to attack.
Nemorum,
Say the light part.
I will let you know. Unfortunately, the plus 5 would have come from the first attacks. They
So
don't
it's already
stack.
counted, yeah.
But
Oh, so with the damage and all that sort of stuff. Oh, okay.
so
Alright.
it was still 34.
Yes. Yeah.
Aeneas had 32 hit points left.
Oh,
How do you want to do this?
Yes.
As
gosh.
Lawrence, you shout that
You
at
raised
Aeneas.
me this way.
I'm going to
Fine.
like literally like grab him, like just like,
Just reaches up through the hole.
and it's just like I will look to you like if you are fine with this.
You raised me to be this way. You have no one to blame but yourself. No, the psychic. Go ahead.
Squish.
Goo running down your fingers.
Baby food now.
Aeneas is no more.
Thank
We
you
killed
for
your
that.
dad.
Tyler and Aaron, you've got frag
There you
grenades.
go.
Mr. Lunt is there. The vegetating guards are still here. That's why we're not out of combat.
Break through the wall.
Alright, do you want to just do a
Whoa.
joint turn real quick?
Are
Alright,
you gonna put me down?
I'm gonna toss you the 1 and the 2, and everyone
While
stay
still-
back!
While still carrying Alice?
And
Where am I?
my arm starts to glow as a purple energy appears in it. Pull!
Oh, just for the pins.
Do we want me to throw some?
Throw! 2 Eldritch Blasts.
The frag grenades, I'll start.
You sit like I do.
Eldritch
I'm going to say I actually don't think. Yeah, no, because these are not his study walls. They're not the same AC. boom! Side of the castle explodes outward. Zooming up, you see the Lazy Susan rocketing through the skies. Mission left. Yes, she is. She's back in range. As all of you, the ship pulls up on Lawrence's turn, being Mr. Left. All of you can immediately start loading in. And as you turn, the Vegetanians, before they get a chance to fire, that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
August,
Yes.
you almost killed me.
That was.
Can I say one little thing before we
Alrighty.
go?
Yes. One last thing.
I just pat you on the back. You owe me 2 incendiary grenades and 4 frag grenades for this. Just saying.
Hey, can
This
I
was
get a
bad
love
idea.
before I leave?
To your father's
before we-
corpse.
Just like, I'm gonna need some money, Dad.
Cool.
And I will see you all next time.
Bye.
Oh.
I am.